here anyway.
I'll wait a few minutes before I go any more live than we are now.
Wait, this could be it. This could be the one. It's the one. All right, so save image.
We're definitely live, by the way.
No.
You can tell look on Casey's face.
What?
Don't look at my face.
My God, it's
That's
like
Casey's
people have been
normal
chatting here for
mania.
20 minutes or something.
Sheesh.
Casey
People are ready.
We got schedules to keep, people, places to
Schedules.
Schedules.
You know those people that say it like that.
in our charade. A charids. We cannot keep up this charade.
The guy from Subway. Let's not bring him up. Dad shut everybody up.
I don't. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Perfect. Excellent.
The guy
That's
who
good.
touched kids or some shit.
Yeah.
I guess he either did or wanted to. I don't remember the story. I don't care.
Subway sandwiches.
He was a bad person.
Yeah.
Subway sandwiches, even though that besmirches their name,
I've
is still a
missed that
good
part.
quality
Okay.
product. And the $5 foot-long song, I'll never forget it. It was so simple. You think
Oh,
we're going
yeah.
live sometime soon?
Ollie, why do you look concerned and confused?
I was trying to remember the Subway $5 song. And then I remembered it.
I was really thinking about how it went.
I was like, hold on, there was a
It's
Subway
like
song?
5 or
Like-
something. It's amazing. Let me bring up the Twitch. I'm like the last one into Twitch because that's tradition.
You're the last one to know.
We are live. You lied to me.
When have I ever told the truth?
What? And we have 8. Oh, we have 15. We gained 7 people spontaneously in the last 2 seconds.
That's amazing.
Hi!
We had a follow yesterday. The Die Light Zone has followed us.
I hope Die Light Zone has joined us for this other campaign that's not nearly as the same.
It is nearly different.
I don't think they
Actually,
have, because they were advertising.
this campaign is now the least chaotic of the 3 campaigns ROLL20 is running.
That's
True.
It's not difficult.
Like, we're like organized, methodical party, which is terrifying. Ish. Yeah.
Our Monday sessions are not okay.
We are not okay.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
It's,
What does it mean?
Carp is about to go down, guys.
I always thought it was going to go DM.
Damn.
Do the announcements.
Hello, everybody. We're going to do the announcements. I'm going to click a thing because they have that for me. Sometimes Dora updates it. Sometimes she doesn't. I've never known the difference. Not once.
That's because the announcements don't change from...
We're going to read them out. No, I swear to God, they might change. According to this, we're on episode 13.
Woo!
36. Which may or may not be from last week. I can't remember.
I think we're on 13.
I can't remember like important things from last week, let alone this little stuff. Minutia.
36.
Wait, no, last week was episode 13, so this week we're episode 13.
That's exactly what I said. Hello.
Yeah, sorry,
You've got to listen to the announcements. Why am I saying these?
I don't know.
For you.
These are mainly for you, Beth. These...
And for you, Beth. Because you're a foreigner. So.
Okay.
You know. All right, so let's get over that ridiculous intro and continue this ridiculous intro. There's a new campaign on Wednesdays. Does everyone know? It happened just yesterday. Apparently, we got a new follow, so that's awesome. Some people know. More people should know.
We just got another follow.
I mean, more people
for real?
should know.
For real.
That's
Thanks, Gold
that's
Osborne.
amazing. Thanks, Osborne. I was gonna say Osmond.
If you follow during the announcements, you get an immediate announcement for your follow.
Yay!
It's amazing.
Thereby
Off my announcements.
For
do
Mark
mine.
extending
I have
the
that on the
announcement.
list.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
that's
Gold
awesome.
Osborne. I love kobolds.
Our opinion on kobolds. Well,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
This is
Nobody's about to open up the biggest can of worms with a Y.
Wait, show the kobold emote. We have emotes
Oh,
for
shit,
kobolds.
yeah.
Oh, we do have.
I can't remember what it's called.
It's
Oh,
like
no.
Is it just
drink?
the frog
Roll
one?
it, roll it,
Roll it,
frog.
Roll it frog.
roll it,
It's not
drink.
even a kobold.
They don't know about
There's
it. They
no
don't know.
context.
They
You have to go back. All right, so as part of my advertising, I'm just jump around.
All right, I'm gonna
YouTube
leave for a
our
little bit.
previous episodes. YouTube has our previous episodes. Twitch has a whole bunch of our previous episodes. You should watch them because there's a whole bunch of stuff about kobolds and how the characters do what they did to the kobolds. And there's this moment with a frog. It's rather amazing.
It's remarkable.
That's just the middle advertise of the middle. All right, so new campaign on Wednesdays called Graced. Our friend Dora runs it. She's in this campaign, but on temporary hiatus because she thought poetry was more important. That happened. No. She's definitely engaged for a few more weeks, and then she'll be back, assuming that these characters haven't already bit the big one.
Ah!
New Monday campaign is called The Last Page. That's by Casey, who is also in this campaign, but just left the screen to go get whatever food that Casey's going to be getting. That's at 7:30 and replaces a very long campaign that went for a bunch of months. That replaced a very, very longer campaign that went for almost a year and a half, 2 years. So Casey's been DMing for that entirety and really is the heart and soul of all the little slant stuff. If you like me, that's a mistake. You got to like them. Go
Stamps.
on these other days.
Roll it stamps.
Roll it slants. We have a Twitter. I think it's called Roll It Slant.
Hat.
Our website is called rollitslant.com. That's right, commercial. That's ours. That's us. That's the top of the line. We're not like .eu. We're not like any of the other letters that I was about to bring up. We're like .com. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. We'd like to say thanks to our friends Kevin and McLeod, who combined to be Kevin McLeod and provide free music, royalty-free music, so long as we mention Kevin's name. Thanks, Kev.
And he is royalty.
We'd love to say always
Sir
thank
Kevin
you to
McLeod.
the Roll20 people over at roll20.net. Our virtual table will be on roll20.net. Your virtual table should be on roll20.net. It's very, very awesome. And it lets us play the games that we love to play. From
We do
all
love 'em.
these strange places in the world, like other places besides my house. So it's great. It's great. Custom character art on our website. Check them
Ooh.
out. Subscriber emotes
Wait,
by
we have
Kayla
those.
Scott. She's an artiste. And you say it like there's an E at the end of that. You say that because that's how amazing, that's how avant-garde
Aww.
it's become.
Oh, don't show me their faces. Oh no, they're gonna die.
Why?
Oh,
This is the last
Okay,
time
look
we'll
at
get to use this character art. We gotta put it up.
I
That's
can't.
true.
I
That's true.
can't.
This is the culmination of all of the episodes up until now.
You
And it
can't
might be
see
the
me, but I'm
culmination for the
stroking
party.
Cadaver's face
Just-
right now.
We need to go into like a recap of what happened. And,
From the beginning, can we
according
go
to
all the way
last
back?
15 minutes. They don't remember what happened, even just last week, which puts them in the
Because
most
it was
dire of straits.
traumatic.
Not the band. The dire straits. though,
Well,
that
cool.
they
We're
are
on the
in.
dire straits now, guys.
They're not the band. Not the band. Stop singing. I try to avoid all that. But that's the announcements. Let's get into a recap. And you know what, Kayla? Because the way you're nervously twitching, I'm gonna let you do it again.
That's
I'm-
why. Sure.
I am
Sure.
putting lotion on my hands.
It rubs the
When I
lotion on the
justify your
skin,
tics.
or else it gets those again.
All right. What I remember from my last session, I cried after the last session, so I'm trying to remember. Yes, but this time it was real. We came down into hell with our guns a-blazing, and by guns I mean Cadaver's mouth. He was rolling some pretty insane rolls the previous session before that, and we made it past a fortress of imps into the Colosseum where the Golden Dragon. The name begins with an N, and I can never remember. I keep thinking Numenor, which is not the right name.
Numenor is a race from Tolkien. Let's not go into copyright material.
So there's this
Name-
golden dragon.
His name was
Who we are-
Neil.
Numenorians. Right?
Yes.
Numenor was a country. Whatever.
I believe the name was
Actually-
Slanesh.
Nurgle.
Anyway, this dragon is the champion of Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, and she's been imprisoned there for eons. And we are trying to bust her out, and we are in deep over our heads, which is my opinion. We have tried to enact a ritual that will bind her soul to a sword to get her out, because otherwise her heart is bound to the bottom of the chamber that she's in, and we can't get her out otherwise. But the problem, you see, is that we came through a portal, and this is a colossal, gargantuan creature that we cannot possibly move on our own. And there is a potential that all of the denizens of the lair of hell that we're on will flood through the portal and kill us all. The one thing I do remember, though, from last session that really stuck with me was that we lost Jessie for quite a while, but not too long. It was not a whole minute. It was within a minute. And we got to get her back up. So the name of Jessie lives on in our little party. And also, there were some petals that fell down on my 3rd-degree burn scorched skin. So that's where we are right now. That's all I remember.
Wow. Way to cover a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense without like context.
Yeah.
It was an episode. You should go back
It
and
was
watch
an
it.
episode. They started in one of the layers of hell. They're not even sure which. They have guests. They've remained there in hell. They've gone through hell, and there's hell yet to come. Here on the Lions and Crows. Looks like there are more of the crows this week, but let's find out. We're going to jump right on in. Let's take a look at the map, shall we? I've left it there for all week for the party to realize that there's nothing the map's going to do to help them. As was touched on in the summary, the orbs that are dark, affected, downed, dead people, affect the dragon directly and prevent healing if a strand of darkness is attached to anybody that has been unlucky to be close enough to an orb and lost most of their life. And a whole bunch remain. The ones that are represented with fire, of course, have been physically destroyed as I just removed the orb token, and that's what was underneath. So thank you, Mr. Map Maker, for this awesome map, which I've modified slightly. So the party had a plan. Plan was put a dragon and a sword. Toward that plan, Tio studied hard, studied quickly, had crib notes
All of my
regarding
arm.
the ritual to transfer a soul into a magical item that's been pre-prepared. The party luckily now realized they have such a magical item in a sword that they have discovered also somewhere in hell.
Hell has all the best stuff.
It really does.
Do all my shopping there.
We should come here more often.
It's hell to get through, but man, they got some goods. So
It's literally hell to get through.
how shall the party proceed? Because in this moment, we haven't even gone through an entirely short rest. I need to know the
Were we short
actual
resting?
actions, because there was the idea was put out there, but the actions weren't set in stone because you did not begin any actions, you just conjectured. So conjecture away until you tell me. What is next as the dragon remains chained? The links go directly into its chest area where a plug has been wrapped around its own heart in a physical manner. At one point, somebody was like, well, let's just cut it out. You should cut that out, though, because that's a bad idea. It would destroy and kill the dragon. And if you're against that, then you're against that. If you're for that, then yeah, easy.
All right, so 2 things. First one, in character. And wait. So I'm going to go on that dragon, and I'm going to cut out that thing in her heart. Second thing, out of character. I know that's not what you're doing. But Is the plan for 2 of us to go out the portal and get a creature and get it back into the portal, and then for someone else to rubble the portal? No? Okay. I'm
Rubble,
totally
rubble.
lost.
We think they're just gonna come in. We don't have to go
Yeah.
get them.
Oh, okay, so
We've
just...
already fucked with their valuable possessions, so they're
To
gonna come
remind
say
anybody that does not remember anything, our plan was wait here. Tio will start the ritual, which takes
Quite a
between
while.
1 hour and 45 hours, somewhere in there.
I think it was 7, but...
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a long
that's-
time.
Yep, that's what I said. Between 1 and 45.
Well, yeah.
That falls within the range.
The rest of us are gonna wait here, take a rest if we need to. Something will come in. When something comes in, Jesse/Gislin grab it.
Drag it over to orb balls. Kill
Drag
it.
it over to Tio. Over to Tio.
We need the
But-
soul for the.
But
ritual,
it
not
does
the-
need to be near the orbs, right?
Does that mean
No.
we need? Do we need something to sustain the dragon?
Right. It doesn't it need
In-
to be
in
kept
addition.
in the orb?
No.
Are
Do
you
we need
sure
something
about
in
that?
addition?
Yes. The whole orb thing, sustaining the dragon thing, all of that was to do with trying to get the chains out of the dragon.
Okay.
But don't we need something to
Put-
keep her
no,
alive
hold on,
during the
let me
ritual?
finish. Hold on, let me finish.
Not to go in the room unless you tell us.
Okay. The whole
Where are you going?
keeping the
Just you,
dragon
sir.
alive thing, the whole keeping the dragon alive thing, was all to do with the chain stuff, which we completely disregarded. The sword ritual thing is a completely different thing, and we're just moving a soul from the sword, from the dragon into the sword.
Easy peasy.
There was nothing we learned from the ritual information we got about keeping the dragon alive during the ritual. It was just transferring soul from dragon to sword. And
Does
for
the
that,
dragon's soul need a body after we take it out? Or we just solve that problem later?
we
There's
solve that
probably
problem later.
plenty of large
If
dragons.
we could get a soul out of a sword into something else,
Ooh.
it would be done already.
Multiple plots.
Anyway,
Uh,
so
Where are the kobolds?
to
We need
to
them.
sum things up, you're gonna grab whatever comes through the portal and you're gonna take it over to Tio.
And then we're
Okay.
gonna sacrifice it. But we only need one thing. Maybe we should get 2 things just in case it doesn't work one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has the manacles then?
Or we could have
Not that they could fly anywhere else.
They'll
Maybe-
also turn invisible and all of that good stuff. So
Depending on what comes through the portal.
Right.
Assuming something comes through the portal.
So someone should have the manacles ready to...
that's
We also have the wand of web, but I think you might need to attune to that to use it.
so the plan is that whatever comes through, Cadavers is going to fairy fire it, so it can't be invisible.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Another question. Since Tio rolled so darn well on that Arcana check, do you think that he would know when to kill something, or is it just like generally any point in the ritual, or?
I think it was at the end. I think we concluded.
The culmination of the ritual requires the sacrifice of something alive that's not related to the soul that's being transferred. Strangely enough, releasing the soul from the dragon has also need to be done. The dragon will need to have. It's not going to just lay there and the soul's going to walk on out. You're going to have to release it, much in the way of you've released all of the souls of your victims so far.
Okay.
So we have to
And
kill the dragon?
Another question.
Mm.
One more question. Does Tio need to be the one that kills both of these things, or does it need to be just anyone involved in the ritual?
The killing doesn't have to be done by the ritual caster. However, the killing has to be done in conjunction with moments in the ritual.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't see an error in this at all.
Me neither.
Everyone's
This
so
seems
happy-go-lucky.
completely
This
and
is
totally
great.
safe and doable.
Thank God there's no RNG in D&D, or we'd be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Backup plan is Jesse's going inside that dragon and cutting out that thing in her
I think
heart.
that will have to happen anyway.
No, it won't.
I mean, how are we going to kill
Wait.
this dragon to get the soul out of it?
We're not killing the dragon, are we? No.
We have to release the soul, and typically that means that something needs to die.
Timur, can you confirm based on the ritual? Do we have to kill the dragon to get the soul out?
Yes, as I just mentioned. The
I
dragon
thought we
has
just
to
went
have-
over this.
All right.
But why?
I
when
zoned
male
out.
models, but
Hold on. How wide is the island?
I think it's 4 by 5 feet.
Definitely 60.
are we talking
Okay,
about
let's do something.
the island of a certain dog?
I killed the dragon.
Whose name was what? Baja something something?
Baja Zebulon.
All right. Well, Jessie will ready herself by the door.
Ready up.
Portal.
Portal door. I'm gonna
Ready?
climb up the
Portal door.
portal door.
I will
I
portal
think
door
it
my
was-
way up there.
I think it was right here, somewhere. Is the portal still there, right?
It's like the 3rd story or something.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because instead of finding a nice portal thing to add to the map, I'm just going to quick go change. You'll put something there, and then you'll be able to be close to it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ba-bum.
Tonight's telecast is brought to you by...
Ta-da! You like that? Eh? Eh?
Yeah.
Yes! Portal. Frickin' amazing. Goes right with the
Amazing.
map.
It does.
Now,
It's even the same color.
Wait, so 1, 2, that is in between levels, so I will back it up a little bit.
Oh. Back.
Assuming I can select it. No, I selected cadavers. Back that up. Is it on a different layer? What have I done? I'll just zoom in. That's the video. Okay, so I'm going to place it here, which means on the dark spot underneath it is the level it's on, but it's back slightly away from the actual edge of the wall.
All right. I am ready to grab.
Okay.
Tackle.
Ready to wrestle.
I'm ready to wrestle.
The portal itself, as is reminded, is engulfed in flame. Going through it would require taking fire damage 100% because you're in hell. And so I know half that plan that I've heard, I'm not sure what you guys are going to do, is to go through the portal and wrestle something back in.
No.
a la
We're gonna
Jesse
wait.
Headlock.
We're gonna wait for things to come through. It's our first
Okay,
plan.
Okay. So waiting for things to come through is no problem at all. How long would you like to wait at the ready?
Also, have you
We-
told me to start the ritual yet?
Start the
Yes.
ritual.
Okay, he started the ritual before they left. So it's been like 5 minutes.
I can imagine that's all in character. Has anyone told me to start?
You know it is.
Just echoing down
Absolutely.
from the darkness. Yes.
Has anyone confirmed with the dragon that the dragon's okay with this? Because when we get to the part
Hey.
where we have to kill the dragon, that might be a useful thing to like let it know that's coming ahead of time.
I hope the dragon knows that it should not breath weapon again whenever those things come through.
Are you saying that to the? I hope.
I
I
hope
hope-
you know, dragon, that you should not breath weapon this here portal or us, or we all dying and you're staying alive and you're gonna be torturing for the rest of your life. Tortured, not torturing.
Stop threatening the dragon.
I'm not threatening, I'm just reminding.
In a threatening way.
Do we need to roleplay this out, informing the dragon that it's going to die? Because I can do that right now.
I think
That
it
was just done in roleplay.
No, informing them,
Okay.
the dragon, that it's
So
going to die.
we've had this entire conversation, in front of the dragon. I think it knows.
Okay.
All of that is valid. However, you did not address the dragon directly.
Nope.
It is entirely up to you whether you bother to or not.
I'm going to say that Tio would absolutely freaking do that. That's totally in character for him. So he's
Okay.
done it.
We're just gonna wait to see if it
So-
happens, though.
Oh, he's done it.
It is done.
Are you doing it or saying it's done?
I said that it's done because it had to have happened, and I know that we are too anxious to roleplay a 14-minute conversation, so I'm just gonna let it happen.
What were you gonna say?
You know me. You know me. Every
Dragon.
time Tio gets in a conversation with an NPC, especially one of the dragon nature, such as a kobold or otherwise, it always lasts literally forever. So let's just.
And it always ends with us eventually killing the NPC.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's the only way we can stop the conversation.
So blahing over the roleplay aspect of this role-playing game we're playing,
Well, I can do it. I can do it.
we'll assume the dragon has a ears. It does. It hears all of the taunts from its captors, and now it hears what you guys are going to do, and it has offered no protest and remains strangely calm, as if it were at the end of its rope either way, or has been at the end, is at the end of its rope for a long, long, long time. So there we have it. Now, Jesse at the ready and cadaverous. The important part of the ritual is the culmination. TOA has started the ritual, but nothing has come through to help finish the ritual. And if nothing does come through in the next, say, 7 hours, then, of course, the ritual will fail.
Well, no. We have other things we can kill.
Exactly.
You did kill Jesse once already. Why not?
We're just
We didn't
finishing
kill
the
her.
job.
Can you revivify something that soul has been sacrificed?
Just to clarify, I cannot revivify anything else until
If the soul is not contained elsewhere, there should be no problem with resurrecting something that you've ritually sacrificed. However, there will be problems with whomever you ritually sacrificed as to why you're making them suffer through death.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes, look at the non-ideas in your head right now. Excellent. Okay, so Gislin, Cadavers, please be on the level with the dark area that Jesse is on, or the square behind it, noting that you are close to, but inside that level for the portal go.
I'm trying to position myself as strategically as possible so as to get another shot at nabbing something if Jesse misses the first one, or
Jesse is noticeably standing back from the portal, ready to nab
That's
from.
for the jump.
Oh yes, of course.
I mean, it doesn't
When
have
you
to be
wrestle,
conscious, right? It just has
You
to be
don't
alive.
just grab.
I think knocking
lunge.
something unconscious, like if an imp comes through and we hit it unconscious, that's going to be a lot easier than wrestling.
Jesse don't know nothing but wrestling.
You do know about hitting things unconscious.
No, I know about killing things. I don't know about knocking them out.
That's like unconsciousness.
It's more so.
So,
Gosh.
what I'd like. Let's say Jesse. Jesse was the least involved last game, as Jesse remained dead for 3 hours, although it was mentioned she was only dead for a minute. The
Wasn't even a full minute.
It's like
The
15
player had to deal with
seconds.
3 hours of that 1 minute, and it happened like that.
Felt like an eternity.
Jesse, for when the character has an opportunity to pounce, I'd like you to roll a d8 to see how long it takes.
All right.
Oh my god.
Roll low.
3.
Okay.
And so minutes start getting long, and 20 and 30 minutes pass, and then upwards of an hour, and Tio really settling into his element down at the bottom of the pit alone with the dragon looking at him, performing a ritual that will of course require the death of something and the death of something else. 1 hour in, an hour and a half in. And Tio, you're still at the beginning phases of the ritual, but you're starting to become concerned. Usually you don't start rituals without all of the components. It's unusual.
fine.
It's
That's
not
very out of
it's
his
not
comfort zone.
It's not standard operating procedures.
No,
when it
it's
comes
not
to
at all.
rituals. However, nothing that you've ever done was standard or operating or procedure. So you're fine.
Definitely not operating.
Well, you're about to do open heart surgery. But beyond all of that, 2 hours have gone by, Jesse, and nothing is there. You're starting to get a little bored, a little loss of focus. Yes, that's the face right there. Perfect.
Oh gosh.
Cadaverous Gislin, Jesse, is there a light source nearby?
Yes.
Except for the
Should be
glow of the
cadaverous.
portal, which strangely enough only lights up about a 5-foot area.
Cadaverous does have a torch.
I would like. I guess I'll be visible.
Finally, with the third hour that goes by, I need Jesse, Gislin, and Cadaverous to roll me a perception roll.
Oh, my
If
God.
this DC is too, if you don't make the DC, you do not get to react right away, as you are caught slightly off guard, as boredom tends to do that.
23.
Ah,
Perception.
That does seem Jesse-like.
Oh no.
Come on, team! Come
Oh,
on!
you jerky or something right now.
Cadaverous is doing that thing where he just sort of falls asleep standing up.
As you age another year in front of everybody.
What, the wall?
Gislin, and everybody, let's just go ahead and roll an initiative.
does this change the fact that I'm doing the ritual still?
No, it doesn't change the fact that you're doing the ritual. But let's say, for example,
Okay.
Tio
I
took
get
damage.
struck.
You might lose the ritual, and/or you might need to,
I brought my A game, guys.
etc., etc.
Hold on, I might have advantage. It's been a while.
Oops, it's the first one.
Gosh, Gislin.
Did I? The monster should be ready. It's here. It's here. But the token that I was using, did I get rid of it? Here, we'll just use a pit food token. That way you're not
Here's
sure.
the said on that you have advantage on initiative rolls. I have advantage. Hold on.
Let's go, Jessie May.
Oh!
It's an improvement.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Alright, so
Nice.
this is a pit fiend,
Okay.
but I'm just going to use the token to represent, shall we?
So does it...
Here, we're gonna settle it out as a dark shape that starts coming through as the portal flares up. Jesse, Cadaverous, you have the surprised condition. This thing, though, I do have to click it once. Shall roll its initiative. Publicly, apparently.
This is good.
So I highlighted it, but it didn't take. So I'll highlight it again, add it to the turn, move it to 8, and we will go through the turn order as is expected. Gislin, you were very focused. Matter of fact, to the point where as soon as it started activating, you can take any preparation you wanted to, have any weapons to bear, etc., etc., etc. A creature is emerging. It is a large creature. What I can do is display this in the VTP, I think. And that's what it looks like. Oh, that's a nice feature.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know this either, but it said so, so I
Oh,
clicked it, and it worked out
nice.
beautifully.
Ah.
That's gotta be
So
good.
as this creature comes out, notably, it has all of the characteristics of a devil and a dragon combined.
Ooh,
Oh.
convenient.
That means it's worth 2 souls.
Well, that's not. Math.
So you said this is a large creature?
It is not. It is a medium-sized creature.
Okay.
As it comes through the portal and stands in front of you, Gislin. It, however, was prepared after been given 3 hours and lots of stories by underlings. It has chosen to stop its weight on the other side of the portal for whomever was coming out, and comes through where you guys lay in wait. So you've outpatienced the devil. Well, this one.
All right, I will bonus action Hunter's Mark the devil.
Bonus hack in the Hunter's Mark. We shall assume that is correct.
And
We're gonna give it a. Let's give it. How about a flag? You've marked him with the flag of hunting.
my hunting flag. Here, can you hold this for me while we fight? Thank you.
It's one of those little flags from cocktails. Here you go.
All right, and I will. I'm gonna longbow him. First and foremost.
Okay. Longbow will be a disadvantage because you're within torchlight and.
I
it's a
specifically
ranged
didn't
weapon.
want to be right next to. Remember, I said I wanted to be where.
You
if-
just said it's okay. I'm visible.
Well, right, but I can be visible without being adjacent to the creature. I said if Jesse misses, I want to be like able to have the next go at it. Like if he runs by Jesse.
Okay.
That's why I originally had myself there.
I'll allow, but you have to be on that line. You can only move
Right. So is the portal like literally?
east to west. You can move from here to here, east to west. On those two north south, you can move east to west because you're within that thinner hallway.
Okay. I just want to be like 5 feet away from the where something would pop out of the portal, so that I wouldn't.
Yes, you can do this. You can do this.
Yeah.
You could be anywhere
I guess just move me like.
in this
Here or
hallway
something?
area.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So longbow attack.
You should be a disadvantage for your gumption. Though. All right, that's fine.
19.
19 hits as the scales of the creature are good and hard, but not quite that great.
And this is magical now. Gross. I will add my sneak attack onto this as well. Or should I fish for a crit? No, just do it. So that's 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Now, let me change the armor classes and the hit points of this pit fiend to being more correct. There we go. And then 15, 16. Damage type is all physical, is that correct? It's all piercing? Magic
Piercing. Hunter's Mark is the same as or is Hunter's Mark force?
Is Hunter's Mark, I think, adds to damage, doesn't give its own damage type, I think. It's just extra damage to the target. That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's gonna always match the weapon you're using.
Right. So it's magical piercing damage then. All right, and I will do the same thing again. This is an 18 hit.
18 does strike it.
All right. Ooh, that's a nice damage. 16 more points of damage.
Okay.
And I will do the same thing again for my Dread Ambusher attack. We'll hit. Plus a Hunter's Mark. Plus a Dread Ambusher. So that's another 17 on top of that.
Okay, as 3 arrows go flying into this creature's hide. It's a lot. It's a lot. Anything else, Gislin?
And now I will move to move in range to, I guess, give Jessie some flanking if she needs it.
Fantastic.
And me an opportunity attack if.
Okay. TOA, you currently have the surprised action. You're in the middle of casting a ritual. You haven't taken damage yet.
Okay.
Jesse, you have a surprise condition as well because you have failed the perception roll at the start of this combat. The not pit fiend will have its turn, and it's going to try to enact some revenge against you with multi-attack as it as a move action brings out a large wicked curved scimitar and attacks you, Gislin. It wants me to whisper this roll, but I want everyone to see.
20 will hit.
Hold on. I wanna, as he goes to swing, I would like to go. No, wait. We can talk.
I hope it's
Intending
not
to
a
intending to
reaction
cutting.
because that
It is
would
a
require you not to be surprised.
Oh right. Okay.
Oh,
I was
no.
surprised.
Cadaverous just wakes up.
But he does start protesting. No, wait, what? No.
Wait, no. Okay, so not cutting words, but I'm still not happy about it. That's what's important.
Fair enough.
It's only 7 points of damage. Here's the second attack. To Gislin. Does the 16 hit you?
16 does hit me, unfortunately.
This one is slightly a little bit higher, 8 points of damage. And lastly, it's going to reach out and try to bite you with his big black dragon's mouth.
14 will miss.
Okay, well, 14 misses.
And I
You
owe
take none of that as it is not a breath weapon.
100 mark drops.
Hunter's Mark
No.
drops. No more flag of Gislin's home. At which point, as you may have remembered, I drew the square. It's 2 squares deep, this corridor. It will move here and move here. That would normally provoke, but Jesse is still very surprised at the melee this round. Jesse starts muttering. I can see a rage coming anytime now. Cadavers, the surprise condition ends on your turn order. We're at the top with Gislin.
All right.
Now, so far, all of your damage has been physical and deadly, lethal. Just be aware.
Yep. I'm going to move to here, around to kind of block it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, guess, attempt to grapple the target. So is that athletics, I believe?
It is 100% athletics for the attacker, the grappler. The grapplee has options.
Alright. Big money, no whammies. Not great, but better than nothing.
The grapplee will choose a dexterity-based reaction, as it is slightly better there, but it doesn't have any skills called athletics or acrobatics. And it's very slippery. Slippery as it just
Covered in oil.
It's not quite that slippery. It's just
Alright.
fresh out of its oil bath, you know. It's all vegetable oil too.
C-3PO.
It likes to be delicious. It's like olive oil. Yeah. So sorry to say, Gislam, that is a standard action.
Yeah. That one help. That one help. That one help. I will end my turn so that I can stay here and give Jesse advantage without reckless.
Ending your turn. Okay, so the dragon devil starts to grin a bit, big teethy grin, as it feels like maybe that first part was just he wasn't ready. It's finally having some success about something. TOA, the battle upstairs is no longer surprising. You must continue the ritual as your standard action.
Okay.
However, if you choose not to continue the ritual and participate, that's entirely up to you.
I would like to continue the ritual, but do I get the sense that I can move around during this ritual?
If you leave,
Or is it more like I need to
we're gonna give you
not leave?
Can't give
But,
her a little
like-
box.
we're gonna give you a little. Yeah, you gotta stay inside the. If you leave this area,
You. Okay,
then
gotcha. Alright.
you are no longer attending to the ritual. You can't be like, I'm doing the ritual as you just back away.
An absent parent. Okay, I'm just
Putting
gonna stay where I was at.
DVDs into DVD players. That's more circular-ish.
Thank you for expanding my little playpen. Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, Jesse.
I would like to bonus action rage.
Bonus action rage.
And
How dare you!
oh, that's moving. Move to here.
You've jumped
And-
out off the ledge. You're jumping off the ledge.
I thought it was this wide.
It is as I've drew it before. I'm just gonna keep the square here this
Yes,
time.
please. Okay.
Oh, Jesse, no!
I won't jump off the ledge.
Jesse's like, "Rrrr!" That would be amazing.
It's
You'll
so
definitely
bad.
take damage this turn if you jump off the ledge.
I'm not jumping off the ledge. I would like to recklessly, great axe, non-lethally, while raging. So let me just have all the things clicked. And take away a resource.
So I guess I didn't
And-
need to provide flanking.
Well, I can't be in flanking with you. That would be jumping off the ledge. Right?
Correct. As
Okay.
the box has been drawn twice,
Wait,
but now
what?
remains.
But she
This
can't
is the
stand
way-
there?
No, she could go there. For fine.
Where? How would that be flanking?
What? Holly, how long have you been playing D&D?
Hold on.
I'm so
Let me
confused.
Take a look at this stream real quick.
Am I seeing something different?
I'm also
Hey,
a little
wait.
confused about
Wait,
what...
no, the stream is different
The
than.
stream is different, yeah.
Wait,
For me, it's right here in this
Yeah,
square.
it's right next.
Whoa.
That's why I moved there. It's right next
Okay,
to
so
there.
what I'm gonna do
Huh.
That is
is,
so
is
weird.
move this 3 times. Did
That's
it
whack.
update on everyone's...
Yeah, it
Yeah,
updated.
it updated now.
That
That's
is
so
where
weird.
it was. That is where Jesse saw it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
I
oh
thought
my
it. I
God,
thought it
am
was
I
one
crazy?
one lower than us. Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. That's fine.
Okay. I'm not crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not crazy. Just roll
Not
20.
today.
Roll 20-ish.
That was so
things
weird.
happened.
Magic. Great.
Update your internet,
Axe.
Casey. Just update it.
Well, it was right on half of my instances of Roll20 that are dual
Wait,
running the
which
same
weapon?
account. I can't imagine why
this?
that's a problem.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Sorry. It's been a long time since I've hit this button. All right. You better not fail me, button. It's coming. 23.
Totally.
23 recklessly strikes the creature.
Oh my god.
oh no!
Very, very minimal damage. It's all right.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. It's been a long time. All right. I'm going to try it again for my second attack.
She just died, Cadaverous. Give her a break.
I did just die. 23.
Yes.
Getting better. Wait, show me the damage. Give me an
23
A.
hits.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
yay! 17
That's so much
non-lethal
better.
damage.
17
More.
is absorbed, and it is not down.
Okay. That's what I did, though. That's my turn.
Oh, all right. So it's turn. It doesn't like how things have turned so quickly again for it. The Abishai casts darkness. Go ahead and display it.
Good thing we have a Gislin.
Oh God. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Counterspell.
Does it work?
Ain't no surprise now, bitch.
It's actually
does it work?
casting darkness. Please link and use. Do you have the counterspell available as a resource? I do know that the battles beforehand were slightly taxing.
I do. I did not use many spell slots.
Beth knows how to conserve
As-
her spell
As
slots.
he was an
This-
ape for most of
This is exactly why when I DM for Beth, I say so-and-so begins casting a spell. And then I wait 30 seconds, and
Oh,
if
yeah.
there's silence,
It's
then I
okay.
say the spell resolves.
It's okay. It's the only spell this thing happens to have.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
This is a good counterspell, though.
with that, it's gonna get a bit desperate. Can it fly with these wings, or are they vestigial? It can fly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to take attacks of opportunity first from Gislin as it jumps.
Huzzah!
Oh,
All right.
no.
This is a
This is why
improvised.
Cleo's on the turn order.
This is an improvised weapon attack from me, because that's what ammunition property weapons become if you make opportunity attacks with them. Which means that's just a strength plus my proficiency bonus. So it's a d20 plus 3, which is my proficiency, because I don't have a strength modifier. Here's the attack roll. 18.
18 will strike.
And then this is 1d4. Does my +1 longbow count as magical if I bop someone with it? And does it have
Bippity-boppity.
does it have +1 to melee attacks with it?
I'm gonna say yes because I don't feel like looking it up.
Yeah,
But I
don't-
believe magic helps
Merciful.
with every single situation. So
Alright.
go right ahead.
So this will be +1. It's gonna be brutal. Non-lethal bopping bow damage. 4.
Non-lethal 4. Now
So brutal.
Here's the funny part. 4 is enough.
Oh, that's great.
It falls down and
However,
dies.
It is now plummeting.
Well,
Oh.
wouldn't my attack would have happened when it was here, because I can't hit it there.
Yes, but your attack happens not if it remains there. If it remained there, you'd never get an attack. So while the attack happens with all conditions when it's in this square,
None of
it
us
only
are gonna
happens
for their fall.
because it goes to here.
Right,
it
but
does
if it
leave.
doesn't, if it can't resolve that move because it's down, then it doesn't leave that square. Because my opportunity attack happens before the movement goes through.
If it can't resolve the move, you never got an attack.
No. So Gislin can't reach 10 feet, right?
I can't
So-
strike it there, right?
So the attack has to happen
What
while
I'm
it's
saying
in
is
the square.
momentum will move it.
I mean,
I agree. I agree with that
in terms
intuitively.
of physics,
yes.
yeah. In terms
Um,
of physics, but it's like,
I don't know if
yeah.
that's the way
don't care
opportunity
either way.
attacks works.
Well, this is how I'm
I
going to
support.
play
I
it.
support your ruling, but I don't think that's the way it.
This is how I'm going to play it. I will
yeah.
look further into it.
Yeah,
at
I'm
another
curious
time.
to know myself. I will start looking it up.
But it will then start. But Jesse, you technically have a reaction as well. I'm sorry, you don't have a reaction. It's still technically adjacent to you. And then it
You can make an
points.
opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you see moves out of your reach. So when it moves out of your reach is the trigger for it.
Yes,
So that means it has moved out.
correct.
The problem then becomes like,
Without the move, it
But-
doesn't happen.
no, I understand that, right? But
So there's no problem.
well,
No.
but by that wording, like no creature with anything less than a 10-foot range can, Actually, no creature could ever make an opportunity attack because it only happens when it's outside of your reach. So the attack actually has to happen before it's outside of your reach for it to happen. So if it goes down from that attack, it never moves outside of your reach.
I agree that the wording is ambiguous.
Well, the
Yeah.
attack action the reaction, the attack of opportunity, allows you to ignore reach because it moved out of your reach, but you still get your attack.
Okay,
This is very confusing.
Could I
Let's move on.
could I have a reaction then based on, like, if it were going to fall, then it would be out of my range. So could my reaction be could I have a reaction to grab?
Normally there would be no. However, you guys have painstakingly tried to set this up, so I will allow
It's quite
it.
a situation.
I will also allow, yes, I'll allow for you to take a grab action. However, you must hit its armor class with an unarmed attack.
Okay.
So how did the ritual fail, guys? Oh, well, we knocked the thing unconscious and it fell 40 feet and broke its neck.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you did-
I
You did-
declare non-lethal falling damage.
Oh, well then. What if you jumped with it? And indeed, Jesse is quick enough to react and take its limp body and is now hanging on to one of these wings as it's just kind of start to extend downward. But Jesse has a nice, good grip, like, you know, the kind of grip she uses for food.
Yes, my food.
So
grip.
it's not going anywhere.
Thank you.
And with
Appreciate
that,
it.
the Pit Fiend has finished its turn. Cadaverous, we remain in rounds for reasons.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I examine the portal? You said it was on some kind of, like, platform?
The portal technically floats slightly above a slight dais. The dais has markings that help sustain it. It is arcane in nature, and it is currently active.
Can I examine it? Try and use my arcane brain goop? Try and see if I can switch it off?
So you're going to attempt to disable or disrupt the ritual. Does require an Arcana roll.
Okay.
And the DC is private.
Okay. Totally 13.
Only a 13, and you're like, aha, I know exactly what to do. After the 6 seconds is gone, and so we now end the round with the following. Another one comes through the portal.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. We would have got another shot.
It's me, Lord of Hell.
Jesse's like holding the other one.
It's gonna like bow down to you there, Cadaverous, but not like it believes you're the Lord of Hell, but more like the Queen Alien is looking at Ripley through that little. It's just gonna get close to you with its face.
Remember, Ripley won that one.
You don't want that. That doesn't mean there wasn't animosity. Gislin, Jesse's made a good pull. As a matter of fact, even with further physics, I'm going to say this thing is now directly below Jesse, as there's a bit of a swing as well. Jesse, you can now fling bodies if you wish.
I technically could fling the body as long as it doesn't land within the ritual
catch!
spot.
Tio, here's one.
Because we have a second opportunity, but it's Gislin's turn.
It is Gislin's
When I
turn.
originally when we very first came in here and I started putting a rope to try to set a rope, did I ever tie that off to anything?
No, because you decided that it was better to jump, saving
yeah.
the party's life.
Yeah.
By the way,
It was the
Like I
right decision
mentioned,
at the time. But it's
was
not
the
like
only
pre-tied off
decision.
on anything.
it is not pre-tied off. Therefore, I dare say that I should have. No, you took no fire damage at all. It diverted from you.
Yeah.
Yep. Ropes available. Cadavers handle that. I'm going to tie this rope.
Yeah. All right. I will.
Oh my gosh. This is not the wrong computer.
That'd be funny, but I can't do that. I will bonus action Hunter's Mark this one.
Okay. Let's
The
use
new
that
one.
resource again.
Yeah. Clicked.
As we did fail. This time I'll give him a beaker. The beaker of hunting. Or
Alright.
marking, maybe. It's hard to say.
And we're gonna do our shaboobling again. Here comes one shabooble.
One shaboob.
Oh yes.
I'm using it to
Wow.
There we go.
Very nice.
Hunter's Mark
Oh, and I have to roll.
and sneak attack. So that is
Dang.
22 points of piercing damage.
Hey, I rolled the exact average. 22 points of piercing.
And then again,
Because that's a devastating shot. Wow.
that's not gonna hit.
That shall miss indeed, as its natural armor is pretty good.
Less than 18, but or 18 or less, something greater than 11.
Not quite plate mail, but yes, it is still pretty good.
And I will. So Cadaverous has a torch, right?
For now.
for now.
If I'm over here, can I still see it where it is?
Oh, I have coffee available. I forgot about that. I brewed coffee and started the stream without getting it.
Could I see it from
That's an
there?
end of the round thing. Can you see what from there? Absolutely. As long as it's on the forefront, you can see to the alcoves past it. If it's in the back, it gets lots of cover or concealment. However, we all know Jason doesn't care about that. You have to round the.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of movement. I'm just gonna go somewhere.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But you have to round the back end here, right?
Yeah.
To the corner.
So that's 2. Because I mean, I can bonus action dash as well. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And you should maybe go to the forefront one. There you go.
Okay, so that would be bonus action dashing. I'll just go right there. As long as I can still see him. All right. And that way I'm in darkness now, or dim light, or something, and invisible.
Yeah, it's absolutely very dark over there. Past the cadaver's torch.
And my turn.
TOA,
It's me.
as you do your ritual looking up, there's just a creature's body being Batmaned over the ledge by Jesse. Where are the drugs? And then more scuffling up top.
I'm still casting. I'm
Okay.
also
Just
praying
close it.
and saying my vows over and over
You
again.
cannot. You have no chance to.
In my
There's
head.
actually words to
Just
the
in my head.
casting.
In my head.
Invoking these terrible words.
In my big brain.
So you're using your brain and your mouth to do the ritual, also using your brain to pray.
Can think of multiple things at once.
Your god can't help you here.
How I got this good.
It's not like you don't have a Pentium. You can't just multitask. All right, that's fine. Jesse.
I'm going to pull the creature up and attempt to, put it somewhere over here.
Okay, that will take move action as you have to move action. That will take 10 points of move action.
Okay.
10 feet. 10 points of move. It's a thing. 10 feet of move action to move a grappled creature. You can move at half speed. You don't have to leave your square, but to move the creature, it also takes move action.
Okay.
Both at the same time, if you so chose.
So that's move action, not standard.
Correct.
Move
Okay.
action isn't actually a thing in 5e. It's just movement.
Well,
I
that's
call it action, so take it.
fantastic. I will
It's action packed.
non-recklessly hit this new creature with my great axe.
Okay.
Jessie is the woman of the hour. It's like a hurricane of arms.
Just a regular
Holy cow.
26.
non. That will hit.
Fantastic. What am I rolling? Only a 12.
Only 12, and I will take that 12 as it yells out something.
And then
infernal.
I will take my second attack, non-lethal. Forgot to call it last round. Good thing it wasn't really hit many times. All guy. 23.
Oh.
That will strike it.
Oh, 9.
9.
Disgusted.
Hello, cat. 9 points of damage is applied. It is very much still on its feet.
Okay, what happened to the weapon that the other creature that I knocked unconscious had? Did it?
The
fall to the ground?
scimitar tumbled to the ground.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I'm done.
Okay. Don't land on that if you do superhero jump. The Abishai's turn. The Abishai looks at you, looks at the fallen Abishai that you've just tossed behind yourself, and decides that an easier target would be this old man.
No.
I am
And
the
so here it comes. Here's the roll.
Oh lordy!
It's a cadaverous.
Oh.
Oh.
No, can't touch this.
And again, slowly but surely, cadaverous. As cadaverous dances around nimbly. No, no!
Don't hit me!
And finally, it reaches across with its big, giant, dragonish mouth and takes a bite.
Oh my god.
Any cadavers? One moment, please.
I don't
Nothing?
think I can want. I don't think. Wait, actually, let me do it. So
I don't know.
wait, it is. You can expend one you super roll to die and subtract the number. I could. You know, I've missed. It's missed 2, so let's see if we can make it miss a 3rd. So yeah, all cutting words. And
And how many cutting words do you? Or I'm sorry, how many?
I have
how many of
7.
these- 7 left.
7 words for you.
So I need to roll an 8 basically for this to work.
On a D8.
Actually, wait. Can an 8? What does 8 take me to? Yeah, I need to roll an 8 on a D8.
Okay.
This is low chance.
12%, 12.5%
You were
chance.
2 away. You're so close.
It was a gutsy move as you pleaded. No, don't bite me, and it bit you.
Oh God!
Of course, it is 6 piercing and 12 bits of acid. As this one doesn't have a breath weapon like a dragonborn might, and it doesn't have the breath weapon like a dragon does, but it does have some acidic residue from its amalgamation of a devil and a dragon. So take a total of 18.
No, that.
And then, without provoking, it moves here in the small hallway. It is still technically seeable by you, Gislin, although it gets a lot of cover. Not that you care. Cadaverous at the end of the round.
Okay, Cadaverous is gonna poke his. So it's like in the hallway, right?
Mm.
Cadaverous is gonna poke his head around the corner. Look, we've all been through a lot. Me more than you. Maybe you just come and help us do this ritual. Suggestion.
Creatures that can't be trapped?
Probably this thing.
It's not immune to that.
Ooh, okay.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Wisdom saving throw. The
Wisdom
DC?
saving throw. DC is 16.
wisdom is +6, so it's a 50-50.
50. It's a bit better than 50-50, isn't it? I think.
No,
For it. Is it not? Because a 10 makes it.
correct.
So then it can't roll.
10
Oh.
makes it.
Yeah, so it's
you
not
called
a
it.
50-50.
You called it.
It's
That's
not a 50.
amazing.
It's not a
It's a
50. If it was a 50.
45-55.
Oh,
If it was a
40,
50, if it was a 50-50, it would have failed there.
I guess you're correct because we
Yeah.
start at 1 and not 0.
Fuck.
Gosh.
Understood. Carry on.
Cadaverous.
Is this like? Am I like around the edge of a hallway? Just
No,
pointing
you're
at-
in an alcove. He's just deep in it, in the hallway section. So there's
So
there's like
would I have-
a two-step. If you want to know the different alcove walls that go back, there will
I'm
be
asking-
one between you, the creature, and Jesse. But you are in the same square, open square as it.
So all I'm asking is there any cover between me and it right now?
None whatsoever.
No, none. Okay. Well, you know,
However, cats provide cover.
just
go.
understand that
There we go.
you know this was diplomacy, so
Oh, don't
you
linger.
don't have
What
to
are you
hit
doing?
me again.
The cat's right here. No one can see.
Nope.
She likes it that way.
Now
No
she jumps.
evidence.
There she goes.
I'm gonna trust everybody else and stay next to it and preserve my HP.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. Gislin.
Alright, you said I can see it. It has cover, but I can still see it. Alright, I am going to non-lethally sharpshooter longbow at this, provided that I am invisible and it uses dark vision to see me.
You don't know what its perceptive capabilities are, but you may do so.
Okay, well, mechanically, I either roll at advantage or I don't, right?
You do.
Okay.
fuck you.
So here. So I kind of do.
Yeah, just
Sharpshooter longbow coming at it.
Motherfucker.
19.
19 will strike it.
All right. Minimum damage with 15.
No,
Minimum.
it turns out it was at 15.
Yes.
Yes.
It's dead. Is it dead? Okay.
Are you sure?
All right. So I still have one attack left. What
Yes.
a waste. I will.
Wait, did you call non-lethal on that?
No.
question?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, didn't you?
Oh no, I did. I did. At the
You
beginning.
did. Yeah, like
You did.
4 times.
5,
All right, so we
10,
have 2 subjects.
15.
All right.
Instead of using
How-
the X like I shouldn't have, let's say it's this net.
All right. I will
Got it.
come over to there. All right. Let's get these things
I-
down.
Can I
This one
take
looks like a
the
sleepy face. There
the
we go.
weapons from both of these bodies?
One of
One-
them
you-
is
One's
currently
on the ground
fallen.
already. But we are bringing them down there, so.
Yeah,
they're
I
ju-
understand. Yes,
They are
please take
just
weapons.
scimitars.
We don't care. We don't want them to have them.
Taking them both. I'm just taking them away from them. So if they wake up and they're angry, at any point they
They'll
can.
probably be fine.
All right. What about this? Something else can come through there.
I have no idea.
Did I shut it off?
No.
I didn't. Okay.
No.
Because
I will
Disney's
end-
finished.
end
We're
my
gonna go
turn,
to
yeah,
TOA just in case.
Tio cancels the rest.
No, I'm just still working. He's
Okay.
doing like calculations.
Have to give you
in
the
air.
option.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jesse.
There's nothing to hit, and I'm gonna let Cadaverous do Cadaverous things.
Okay. Cadavers.
Cadaverous was like another attempt at trying to work out this fiddly portal, and
You're
making
like,
it
you're
go
sure
goodbye.
the last time you looked at it, it could have been done, but then you got interrupted. So please, an Arcana to see if you can do it in this
Arcana.
6-second segment.
Here we go. It's even worse.
It's getting
even
worse.
worse.
And you're like, now let's see if we have to. Let's start from the top. And by the time you say that, The round is ended, and indeed, yet another appears next to the portal. As it looks like they're sending in a legion. Slowly. Like they're not in a rush, because on the other side of the portal,
They're just like pushing one.
Well, you may
another.
notice it's happening every other round
Ah,
so far.
that's true. Gosh, that's
Gislin.
not good.
New target.
Ugh.
Target acquired.
And this other
You
thing
guys
have
need
a net.
30 bodies, right? Just keep them coming.
I will bonus action move my hunter's mark to that one. Cadavers, I thought we were closing the portal.
Everest yells like a dinosaur.
So 5, 10, 15, 20,
I love it when you clip out that
25.
when you're doing cadavers.
Alright,
Sounds-
so
The mic's like, no more.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Why did I come all the way back? This is a crap.
And now I will sharpshooter longbow this new contender. Come on, big money. 10 is not going to hit.
Oh,
Sharpshooter longbow again. Am I still at advantage?
You are still at advantage.
Alright. 17. That's one less than it was before.
That will still hit.
Alright, excellent. So,
I'll have to roll. It's randomized.
one big. That's a big damage.
This.
Hunter's mark. Big hunter's mark.
Ooh.
Come on, sneak attack.
Dang.
Big sneak attack.
holy moly!
Oh, what is that? 30.
It's 48.
38.
38.
I appreciate your gusto.
I'm just really nervous.
So only 38, unfortunately.
You're like doing the safest thing in this count. You're like,
Look, I'm worried about people up that are doing the dangerous thing, not me.
oh,
Alright,
good.
38.
We'll change that.
No.
Please don't.
That's the end.
Yep, that's it.
T away.
A T away, a T away.
He's still-
a T away,
just-
a T away, a T away.
That's what the ritual's like.
Calculations.
In the depths of hell.
He's just hearing that in his head. Over and over again.
All of your magic is just saying your own name.
T away, T away. Those are the verbal component.
T
That
away's
is so
done, Jesse.
weird. It's
All
quite the
right. Non-raging because I have lost it. I will make a great axe attack at the new target.
Do you rage again? Or are you
No.
out of rages?
18.
18 will hit.
Woo.
9.
9.
Second attack, same thing.
Second attack.
26.
It will likely hit.
410.
And this one straight up dies.
Good.
Yep.
Eventually we'll
All that.
blockade the portal with bodies.
Sounds
Yeah.
nice. That sounds nice. Let's do that.
I was like, we don't need more than 2. We'll just.
Close the
That's my turn.
portal.
Cadaverous.
Oh, I think I want the hang of it. Maybe strike it.
My earbuds all crunchy. It's like surround sound.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Cadaverous,
That's
you
better.
finally move over to the ritual, move enough of the
My
stuff
gosh.
around magically, alter this ruin, move this bit of stone. and
Turn
then
one
the
bird into a butt.
portal flickers and no longer exists.
First time.
Sure.
You
All
can
right.
open it again though, right?
Everest walks off.
Alright, Jesse, let's get these down to TO.
Yes.
provided that
Uh,
we can move in greater than 6-second increments.
You are out of rounds.
Okay.
This worked beautifully.
All right. Let's tie him off and lower him down. Manacle them, I guess. If we have manacles.
oh, you know what? I have never showed you my hog tie before. I've never done it with a creature with wings before, but I can still do it, I think. You want me to show you how to do a hog tie?
We have 2 chances, Jesse. So if you kill one in the process, we're still
I won't kill it.
All right.
Hog tie
You do
around
it to
its
lambs
neck,
and stuff all the time.
hanging off the
Right,
ledge.
but the lambs that... All right, go.
All right, I'll do a hog tie. So you cross the arms and legs, and then you wrap it around, and
got
it's
these
actually
giant
like pretty good. You
wings
can
still
wear it.
flappy.
Yeah, and you can wear it as a backpack.
And you can
climb
just
down.
paraglide down with the team.
You practically made a cloak of the bat. Well, bravo.
That's what I would like to do. I don't want to actually float down, but I would like to like carry it on my back. You know,
And
just
climb down that way.
and
We have 2
climb
of
down.
them, remember? So we need to get both of them down.
You may recall, having had to climb up here, is that there are no staircases. That these the hallways just simply extend in a circle with
Mhm.
no up or down available, assuming that the creatures here would all have some sort of flight.
Yep.
We have
That's-
rope to tie off and lower down.
But I want to wear it on my back.
You can do that when you're down there, Jesse. If you fall and crush this thing,
All right, fine.
Toss it over the side. I'll get it later.
All right, we'll do it the safe way, I guess.
I was
We
up
do it
there, I'd
this-
have input, but I don't have any. I'm down here doing machinations.
Did you interrupt to say that you couldn't do
No,
anything to
I'm
interrupt?
just. This is Michaela saying. No.
I will tie them off and tie off one end
Guys,
of the rope and
I have
lower
nothing
it
to say.
down. One by one, lower them down, and then leave the rope sort of hanging there in case we need to do this again for some reason.
For some terrible reason.
Yeah. I'll go down first so I can, like,
Catch.
I don't know, catch the bodies that are on the rope. Does that make sense?
Using the rope means that the DC is low enough. We're not going to bother with the rolls. You have
Okay.
to manage to lower the body and then lower yourselves.
All right.
Bodies. And we'll drag them over here to Tio, but we won't get in that ritual.
Don't come in the circle.
All right, Tio. We have 2 subjects for you.
He just nods.
So you get to decide which of these devils has their soul consumed eternally forever.
He'll nod and gesture. Like he's trying not to break his focus.
So we're like, you said we were 3 hours in, so we have another 4 hours of this malarkey.
Correct.
It's very good malarkey, I'll have you. It's
Um,
31 Arcana malarkey.
I am gonna take a short rest if we can. Maybe I should go back up there in case there's a...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll climb back up. I don't know why I climbed down.
I'll stay down with the bodies.
Yeah, and we should secure, before we rest, make sure the bodies are manacled, tied up.
Oh, they're
whatever.
hogtied.
So tying is a intelligence sleight of hand roll out of the
Oh, boy.
out of the it's the Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and so the tire, please make that
You said intelligence. What?
sleight of hand, intelligence sleight of hand.
So int
Because-
plus intelligence. Or
Uh,
int plus dexterity if you're not proficient
yeah.
in it.
Before you go up there, you might want to double check my work. So this +2. Oh, I did good.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah, you've tightly secured.
I mean, I would have used an elven hitch there, but I guess...
That's my hog tie.
Right, but it's more efficient. If
But
this
it's
knot
more
gets
fun.
wet, it's not going to slip.
Why?
How's it gonna get wet?
Why would it get wet?
I don't
We're in
know.
hell.
There's a lot of blood here.
This is
Indeed,
more
the
fun.
black acre that these things were bleeding, as many of their shots were not lethal.
Alright, well, I guess we don't really need to untie it, so that's fine. But in the future, Elven Hitch is the right choice.
Hold on.
So, concerns about the portal being reactivated from the other side and other things I believe you're in the middle of doing.
Okay.
You stay there. And I just disappear.
I mean, I should really just go all the way on the other side. I could plink arrows all the way across this damn thing and never get hit.
Might be
That's
a good thing to
nice.
go on the other side anyway, out of character. Because what if they open up another
There's
portal
no
somewhere else?
cheerleading component to the ritual.
I'm not cheerleading. I'm doing math.
T away,
Oh,
T
sure.
away, T
You
away,
can
T
do
away,
it.
T away, T
You
away.
can do it. You can.
I will take a quick walk around the periphery of everything, looking for any more portals or anything. Since they do emit light, I could probably see. a
There are
little
no
bit of-
active portals anywhere else. However, you may roll me an investigation.
Looking for whatever the under thing is. Oh, not at advantage. 16.
You do discover that there are small raised platforms in the cardinal directions. So one in the dead north area, one in the western and eastern areas as well, that appear to be very, very, very similar to what was used.
Alright, I will set up my hunting trap underneath the one over here on the west
Okay?
and tie it off to like a pillar or something. I think it has like a 10-foot leash.
I thought it was like a 3-foot chain. I
Uh,
want to say. I don't know why I know that, but it
I'll
could
look
also
it
be
up.
an error.
what is that?
Hunting trap's a nice little thing.
Trap.
It's like +8 to hit or something.
I wonder why you know those things.
I don't know. It's not coming up.
You know, it could be
Compendium's
sold?
not
Hunting
going.
traps that are created. Anywho,
They're heavy. though. Fixed by a heavy chain to a movable object. Dexterity save. Doesn't
now
say
most
how
most
long
hunters'
the-
traps can be spiked into the ground, etc., etc.
Yeah.
This
Oh, typically 3 feet long. Yeah. There we go. So its movement is limited to that, but that's pretty close to.
what it means is it stays in the square it's in.
Okay,
There.
so I'll put that one over to the west. I will go over to the one on the east,
Mm-hmm.
and using my, I'm just gonna go write down my equipment here. Using my
Marbles.
does it look like I can do damage to the? Can I destroy this platform or mess up the runes or something? I have a shovel.
Much like any stone stair with runes etched in, Cadaverous was literally chipping away at runes itself to alter the ritual. But you know, like a little tiny little hammer, the kind you'd like dig out of Shawshank with over a bunch of years. So, yes, you could absolutely destroy it. You'd have to use some sort of heavier implement to do so.
Does a shovel work? Or heavier than a shovel?
A bit heavier than a shovel. Shovels meant
Jesse!
to be softer than earth.
You want me to leave these bodies?
If they move, I can shoot them from here.
All right. I will
I guess I'm over here.
climb up. Oh wait, where am I going? Where did you just move to? Oh, okay. Scroll over there. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
What am I doing? I wasn't paying attention.
Break.
Okay. Break.
With your hand?
Yeah.
No.
What am I breaking?
It's a
There's, like,
stone pedestal.
use
Oh
my-
yeah, with my hand.
With your hand?
Okay, all right,
Use your
fine.
axe, Jesse.
I will not use the sharp end of my axe, though. I'll use the other end of my axe.
Yeah. Just so we're
The
clear,
pole?
magical weapons cannot break.
Oh, okay.
You can
Good
only
to
break
know.
hearts
Good to know.
and bodies.
I will break, but I have aspect of the beast. For breaking objects, I have advantage.
That's why
Go
we're
right
here.
ahead.
Just strength, right?
You can use it, yes.
Oh,
12.
12. Okay, so we're not going to go through the inevitable. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to roll again. But it takes you about 10 minutes to start shattering it to where you're satisfied.
If you would let me use my hands, I would have broke faster.
That's uncivilized, Jesse.
Your hands are not magical weapons.
It's not like Pai Mei taught you and you can just escape from coffins with a tiny little punch, but
Hey,
You
I did break
can.
out of the box
She
with
reverse
just the force
escaped.
of my body.
Yeah, and she broke several coffins, if I remember correctly.
well, so the one in the east is broken. The one in the west is trapped.
Oof.
And I will set myself up in the northeast and begin a short rest.
Wait,
Okay.
I would like to also begin a short rest. I will begin it.
Jesse,
Over
you probably
here.
shouldn't short rest here.
so I can go back down there.
Yes.
Now?
Wrangle those bodies, because if they wake up, they're going to need to be knocked out again.
Okay,
And keep Tio safe. And don't distract him.
okay. I got food.
She eats it all in 10 minutes.
Tio, do you got any food? Tio. Tio.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Theo. So,
She's like,
I would
Dinner
like
is
Tiaway to roll a B4.
Sound like you said B.
B4.
B4.
Rook to B4. A 4.
A short rest concludes for those who need one.
Alright.
I'll take a short. Well, I could hit die. Right? That's a short rest thing.
Yes, it is. Very good.
It's been a long time.
Not in a long time.
It has been a long time for me.
Days
He was
even.
short rest, but he cannot, so he just whimpers internally.
Ooh, good ones. 10.
These are all excellent rolls. And then that.
You were saying?
Oh, no.
Hmm.
No.
Pretty good. Guess I could.
I'm old.
This thing is difficult.
Another good one for me.
Oh God, can I fail another one?
Alright.
No, I cannot.
You can't even do that, right? Okay.
So that
That's
puts me
better.
at 46.
Look at all these hit dice. Look at them all.
Do I get
That's
any
initiative
back
for
on
some
it?
reason. What's happening?
I don't know.
What the hell?
There you go.
Nice.
Alright, I'm back to
That was the
50.
magic
Couldn't you
number.
have song of rested yourself or something?
Probably, but he wasn't in a singing mood.
Alright.
He got bitten, Casey. By an acid shark.
I got bit. Acid shark.
Acid shark.
Do, 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 do.
I would like
That's true.
the POA to roll a B6 now.
You can do that too. A 2. That seems like a
6
bad number to roll.
6 hours have gone by.
How many hours
6.
should I wake up? Probably.
Okay.
You've only about. You're in the final throes of the
He's headbanging now.
of the ritual.
DOA.
The creatures that were knocked unconscious apparently have been conscious for quite a while, but are stricken with fear as they are in close proximity.
Oh,
Oh, thank God.
Ginormous
that's good. That's
Well, we
good.
put them in the right spots. Okay.
Having spent the amount of time the party has in proximity to the dragon, we've become used to it. And the dragon is not, when the dragon's not specifically focused on you, it's taking particular care not to be.
That's
Glad
nice.
it's
It's
doing
real easy
something.
when it's chained up. It's real easy not to look at you. It's like, okay, I'm chained. But its piercing gaze is certainly felt by the two that are tied up nearby, rendering them useless. However,
That's
Oh.
at
so
the
good to
6
hear.
hour mark, Gislin,
Can I
It was so-
move?
you may move wherever you'd like. You've had all the time in the world.
I just realized that all of the orbs over on that side are not broken.
Correct.
I will not be setting up over there.
Okay.
Okay, whew.
Okay.
Nervous
So
laughter.
what I'd like, though, since Gislin managed to locate the other entry points and acted accordingly, or somewhat accordingly, I'd like Gislin to roll a 1d2 or however many, odd or even, whichever roll you'd like. One.
Tails.
Fantastic. And somewhere in that last hour, I would like you to roll your trap as a flare up from a portal appears
It is
in
a.
the west.
It is written as a dexterity save.
Oh, is it written as a dex now? I
It
thought it
says
was an attack roll.
DC. How do I? Can I link this? Somehow
You
from the
should
SRD?
be able to, but let's go to my items. It's called a hunter's trap. Is that right?
Hunting trap. Let's just copy pasta.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay, so the creature that steps out has a dex saving throw of. It won't let me roll until I click the creature's name, even though it gives me everything I need otherwise.
Hmm.
And we'll make it a nice public roll. Oh,
Oh my god.
well, it's not a crit on anybody. So, Gislin, with your passive perception, you hear the trap go off, echo slightly. Everyone else who doesn't have a 15 or higher on passive needs to roll their perception.
Is that? I have a 15. We're good.
No, I'm rolling really badly today.
Jesse is once again rummaging through the jerky bag.
In my
And
back pocket.
Bethany, I guess Cadaverous is also worried. Is Cadaverous down a level?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
Cadaverous is here.
So that's only on the second level, where all of the hijinks have taken place on the third.
You should be on the third level with me, because that's where the portals need to be
Okay.
closed.
And that is where I am.
And Gislin, since you didn't know where Cadaverous was with his torch of torches, going through quite a few in a bunch of hours, because I think they only last an hour each. Where would you like to be? So you could move if you so choose.
Well, I would rather move Cadaverous than myself.
Well, you can have Cadaverous move then. Assuming Cadaverous isn't like, no, I like this spot.
Where is this? Yeah, you could be a little bit closer if you wanted.
Okay. And so we do this. I draw the little shape. How are we looking on time? It's not bad. It's not bad. Draw a little shape. This is here in the western. That's right. So 1, 2. Looking at squares, I think it's going to place the portal right about here. And indeed, a creature has come through. Initiatives. Those who fail their perception, of course, will have the surprise condition.
I'm on initiative again.
11 for me.
And if I highlight it and I roll initiative, I swear to God, it should
Wait a
work.
minute. Oh, never mind. I rolled a 5 then. Is that... Whatever.
Well,
Whatever.
Do we know the DC?
7's all around.
It's initiative. There is no DC.
Oh no, the surprise thing.
The perception roll was a DC 15.
Oh, the perception roll was the thing. Okay.
That, because you failed your perception, which means you didn't notice it, which means this is surprising to you.
Okay.
Cadaverous, you are at the top. We don't even have to reorder things. That's convenient.
I failed my perception roll, right? So
You did. Jesse, you failed your
Failed.
perception roll. Gislin, you did not fail your perception roll. But somehow still go before this thing. He was jumping out of the way of a trap. Whir!
I will bonus action Hunter's Market.
Luckily, I'm just gonna give it the time of its life right there.
I have the time of my life, and I'm gonna get you with an arrow. Alright, sharpshooter longbow on this bad Larry. With advantage.
That's one bad Larry.
19.
19 will strike it.
Alright, plus Hunter's Mark.
Oh, this is
18. I will sharpshooter longbow again on this.
what's the current damage on it?
18 so far.
Thank you.
So next shot. Is a 14 hit?
14 does not, ricocheting off its very thick hide.
Alright, and I will sharpshooter longbow one last time. I was fishing for the crit, but 18 hit.
Yes.
Alright, so I will.
Who's not fishing for a crit though? No, I didn't want that. That's a crit. Damn it.
No, I was fishing for the crit.
Good grief.
The Hunter's Mark and a Dread Ambusher. Not very good rolls. So 8, so only 26 on that last one.
Only 26 as you bring it to within an inch, but it is not quite removed from the table.
Alright, and I will, I guess, bonus action hide. Because I'm in dark and obscured, right?
Indeed.
Do you want me to roll for that, or
You can roll your stealth roll so it can
it's not at advantage?
cannot find you so easy even if it comes close enough, and you're
25.
TOA
Okay, I'm still math.
maintaining.
Divine math. Prime numbers.
Are you at a casino right now? Are you?
Geometry.
Casino.
Man.
No, he likes to study math.
Okay. Toward the bottom of the round, the non-pit fiend Abishai, in this case, the Abishai will choose to. Can't see quite far enough. There is a torchlight over Cadaverous. Fantastic. So, Cadaverous, I don't know if I should be mentioning this, but it's going to cast a spell.
is it darkness?
It might be.
Cadaverous is going to let it go through this time.
Is it because of the range?
It's partially because of the range, and partially because the idea of using a final spell slot in a thing is concerning to Cadaverous.
Okay. So, to look at darkness, it is a 60-foot radius. So it doesn't know where you're at, Gislin, but it knows your direction. So it's going to cover a nice little area. By the way, is that 60-foot radius? No.
60-foot
There's
radius.
no.
is
that would
the
be
range-
crazy.
The range is 60 foot, but that's actually been replaced by its ability. It actually can do further than that. However, it doesn't mean that the spell is any bigger. It's a 15-foot radius, so it's a 30-foot circle. We'll go with slightly different color. As I draw this shape. What do you think? What's a nice dark color? Yellow? Perfect.
Black.
Sclarange.
That didn't work.
I think blue is the hardest color to see in the dark.
Black.
Well, black, but I don't think you can emit black light, so.
Well, what about a black light? Checkmate.
You did checkmate me just then. Gosh, I have no good comeback to that. What about black light?
Okay, that's just the size of it. I used the grid down there. I can see the grid easiest there. I will now move the thing to where it believes it needs to have it. If I can select it, please. Simon says. And it's going to place it here because it doesn't like that whole area. Actually, it's going to place it slightly more in so it can cover anyone shooting from over there. There we go.
You're moving? Yes.
Now I'm really
And so,
so now I'm really invisible.
you're super invisible. It will also take to the air. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It seems to be flying toward, well, flying over everybody. So it remains 10, 20, 30 plus foot up. Does seem to be flying in the air in the direction of the torch. At the end of the round, Gislin, you need to make a actual perception check. Anyone else needs to roll a perception check if their perception is lower than 15.
28.
Mine is out of 15.
20.
I have parent vision.
15, I made it!
Oh my gosh.
So everybody notices where this one came from, but instinctually you look over to the northern area where there were, where Gislin had mentioned there was another pedestal. And indeed, another portal has activated and one comes through. It is now Cadaverous' turn. I hope it is on the map. Go ahead.
Okay, so I can't. Oh wait, I can see this guy. This guy's awake, right? This is an awake person.
Yeah. It's a flying one.
This one's the square portal, because whatever.
Okay, I'm going to double check the range on this.
It seemed to have a lot more urgency this time around, seeing as their other people never showed back up.
I'm gonna call down to him. Oh, look.
He's not on the ground. He's at eye level to you.
I'm gonna call over to him. Look. Being a devil is great and all, but
Don't shout at the devil.
Yes, shout at all of them.
I forgot what I was gonna say. You're a bitch. They'll do.
Get off my lawn.
I lost my train of thought. Rah!
EC 16 wisdom. Oh wait,
Wisdom.
they have insane wisdom. It's fine.
They're only +6. I believe
fine.
party members have more than that.
45% chance.
Some party members. Oh, that was a whispered roll? I've rolled a total of a 12. It should have been public, though. Apologies.
12?
So
He is
12 fails.
mickle.
It's going to take 3 points of damage. And get this, it dies.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I've been rolling randomized hit points for everything, and this one was the weakest by far.
Oh.
Fire.
And by the way, you did exactly what you needed. 2 would have kept it
Excellent.
going.
Can I just make, since it's my turn next anyway, can I just make sure that that thing doesn't fall into the ritual hole?
No, that thing is headed in the following direction, and will was headed this way
Into the kobold pile.
into the
Or the
pile
imp
of
pile.
imps.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
this
So this
on
one
the
will
body.
indeed crash, hit the wall, and drop to right about here.
All right. Well, then never mind. Since it's not in the way.
Anyway, Cadavers, anything else? Anything special? No? Okay. Jesse.
No, that's it.
I will hold a reckless attack for anything that tries to disrupt Tio. And or if Tio calls out for me to kill one of these things, I will kill one of these things if I can do that.
I can't say anything though, so if you, I can't talk.
Really, I would like to protect Tio.
If I look
I don't want the
panicked
ritual to
more
be
than normal.
disrupted.
Okay. So say it one more time.
I
Because
would like to hold a reckless axe attack.
reckless is
any-
a free action, correct? There's no.
I
You don't
have
have
to
to
call
bonus
it.
to do it.
No.
It's just a
Right.
version of your.
You
Yeah.
actually probably don't
So
even
you can
need
do
to
that.
declare it as a reckless.
Oh, I don't.
You probably not.
You have to declare it before you make the attack roll, but if you're just holding an attack, you can always then put reckless on it. if you
Okay.
want. As long
Well-
as you do it before the roll.
All right. I would like to hold an attack where if something tries to disrupt the ritual by attacking Tio.
Okay. You technically have a move and a bonus if you want. Holding an action requires your standard action to turn that action into a reaction.
Mm-hmm. I think I would like to stay at this spot right here.
Okay.
Because we know that the other portal is this way, right?
North.
The other portal has been drawn on the map. It is a square for some reason.
I can't see
this
it.
portal's
None
such
of
a
us
square.
can see that. It's all
Oh.
in darkness. So
Fantastic. I mean, it's a total circle. What are you guys talking about? Gislin.
all right. I am going to scabaloosh out of this. So 5.
No worries. As you begin to move, it dissipates. The owner is no
Oh,
longer
yeah, 'cause
able
he's
to
dead.
correct. I'm going to move that to a different layer, though. That might be useful shortly.
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
And running the gauntlet of the arena.
And so what was that? I rolled a 28 for perception, but what was that for?
To
To
realize
notice the
that
other thing
another
opening.
portal was activating
Okay.
across the arena. Across the.
All right. I will bonus action dash to get to this portal.
Okay.
It
It seems active.
I will whip out Silver Vein and try to smash at the runes.
Okay. You may make your attack roll.
Silver Vein. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Roll all of the damages.
Well, it's not Hunter's Mark, so it's only us. So what is this doing? Oh yeah, because it's plus something. Why is it doing 1d8 and 1d10? Does it do 1d10 and something else damage?
This is the versatile.
Insane.
This is no, yeah, it's rolling versatile and not. So this would be two-handed because I don't have. I would have put the bow away. So this is 8 and 8. That's what it's doing.
Okay.
So,
as
16.
As you bring up Silver Vein and hit the runes, and you start trying to etch through the rock, instead, Silver Vein actually goes a bit translucent and rips through the only the runes that have been etched in, destroying it completely.
Well, I wish I'd known I could do that earlier. Don't worry, Cadaverous. I got this one.
Thanks. Don't know where you are.
And I will.
Now, I want to spin something. Why won't it let me?
Move over to here. I don't know. Yeah, I'll end there. I'm still in dim light though. I don't see any other creature yet, right?
Nope, not just yet.
And is there light? Like, can I see a portal, like the light of it in the darkness?
Well, there is a light over at the Frankenstein place. Yes, there's a slight glow to it.
Okay. I guess I have 90 feet of dark vision.
Oh, then you can absolutely see this creature.
I mean, I don't know. On
Can
my
see it from your token?
screen, I don't have. Why is it?
Well,
That's so weird. Why is it only 70 to
75?
there, but 90 to there?
Oh, because it's measuring diagonals as 1, but in order to
Oh.
create a circle,
Yeah, you have to actually do.
right? So what we'll do is just keep it nice and simple.
I mean, I'm fine
If,
with
your-
this. Circle
if your
thing.
vision's correct, we'll keep the circle.
Yeah.
Go with that.
That's fine. Okay, yeah. So that'll do it for moi.
Excellent. And TOA.
Still doing the ritual.
Getting the full Holly treatment this session.
It's okay. He's being very responsible.
The Pit Fiend / Avishai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7, 8. And this one's staying nice and high, actually gaining altitude to the top of the arena.
So it's like well above us.
At the end of the turn, the portal activates again. And hopefully,
Perception?
it will not. Not required. You guys are aware of this portal. Looking over, another one emerges. Okay.
Where, I imagine I see the flash, right? Where exactly is location? Because I'm on torchlight, right?
Due
So I can't-
north from you, and I mean in the very column you're
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Complete opposite side. Understood.
in. Okay.
I will begin my journey.
Such a long journey.
Cadaverous, it doesn't take any kind of effort at all to realize that it's tracking you as you have a torch and you're running through the halls. It's just like,
Wait, what's tracking me? I can't see anything.
oh, that's right. You don't see above, even in the middle.
Nope.
So that's true. The one is in the air, and it's you get the eyes. You get that feeling where you're being looked at and watched.
My ears are burning.
Well, I have no idea this is happening.
Jesse.
I would like to hold the same action as before. Reckless, great axe attack for anything that tries to attack Tio and disrupt the ritual.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
Jesse.
Gislin.
It's back to me again. Bonus action. Let's see if it's in range. It is Hunter's Mark, the one that's in the air. And sharpshooter longbow at that one. 23. I'm guessing hits it.
This time we'll give it that little meteor-looking thing. 23 hits.
Yeah, and I'll apply sneak attack if I can find the button. So that's 26, 30. Yeah, 30.
Sweet Jeebus.
Next attack, sharpshooter longbow.
I feel so safe.
18.
You feel safe? Is that what you said?
And then
on
another
order.
26 on that, so 56 damage.
A little bit of damage. How can you be on the hell team after getting hit by that much damage?
On the hell
Just
team.
switch. Just join us, guys.
We are the
believe
hell
you now.
team now.
You
This
are
is-
my demon lord.
This is Gislin at the skeet shoot.
Pull!
Pull.
TUA at the bottom. Continuing.
But he's getting more intense now.
The Pit Fiend. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep saying Pit Fiend because it says that on the turn order.
And
It
you
is
just
a
like
black
doing
Abishai.
that. You just like saying those words.
If it was a Pit Fiend, if you're within 20 foot, you're taking like fire damage straight
or
up.
would be quite dead if this was a
Toasted.
Vivian.
You'd be all toasted pretty quickly.
Cadaverous would not have survived 3 attacks in a row if it was a Vivian.
You wouldn't. Yeah, no. The not Pit Fiend will attack. Will fly in though if it's within 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will then cast darkness. Is that its only chance to live through this? No, it will take the dodge action. This one, however, will take to the air. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8. And indeed, the portal activates at the end of a round again.
Ah!
Cadaverous,
Yes.
it is your turn again.
Okay.
As something swooping in at great speed. But it's also notably within your vision carrying arrows through its chest. And it looks like it's just like desperately flying through to try to attack you, like a rabid animal on its last leg.
Great speed, you say?
Oh, yes.
Well, the thing about great speed...
It's
Is
great
it-
responsibility.
That's
Oh,
what I
wait.
was gonna say. Great speed comes great
Clearly,
responsibility.
they have none of that.
I am going to cast... Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant
Wait,
whispers.
wait, actually, can I cancel that, or am I...
You can
Curse that.
absolutely cancel that.
I remember...
As we haven't
wisdom-
started resolved, I didn't roll anything.
Okay.
I mean, I've done 56 points of damage to it already.
56 points of damage to it. You know what? I'll just hit it with a quick finisher. Spin 'em blast.
That's a hit.
Adorable.
6 points is not. It is not a hit. It took the dodge action.
Mm.
No!
6 points is maybe enough. How'd you hit?
If we were doing XP, we'd be grinding like crazy right now.
Cadaver still
y'all
has possible move actions or
So
possible
as-
any other actions.
As it dodges, there's just like a long pause, and help! Help!
Don't go over here. Don't go over here.
No, wait. Gislin's
can't-
like, no, 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 no. No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
there-
no, no,
Fuck.
Casey, Cadaverous could not see where Gislin was, and is currently flavorless.
Oh my gosh. How
Gislin,
does
do you,
Cadaverous run back?
Gislin, do you disappear in dim light or darkness?
Yes.
I think it's dim
Light.
light now,
Dim light.
since you leveled up.
Well, that thing, I've had that. That's a Ranger 3 ability. Let me find which one it is.
Yeah, I just wondered.
It's dim light, I think.
I want to say too, but
I think that's what.
Because I'm pretty sure humans can see.
While in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on. So it has to be
Right, so
darkness, not dim
darkness.
light.
okay. Then it still turns to Jesse's turn, but Gislin, you are revealed to those who can see with dark vision.
Okay. They're all coming from that direction, so I'm gonna move. 5, 10. And hold the same action.
Okay.
Reckless weapon attack if they attack you and disrupt the original.
Oh no, please don't attack me.
And well, the two in the air seem to be really bothered by the two on the third level. Specifically, the one on the third level they can see easily, but now they're seeing another. Gislin, let's see how long that lasts.
All right, I will. regular longbow, the one that I have hunters marked. After these messages.
As we know, it's likely going to die. Just
Wait,
with the
hold
dodge.
on. I'm gonna move first though.
It's also taken the dodge action.
Yeah, I know. I will not move. So regular. So this will be at disadvantage for me. Regular
It
longbow.
will. It's the entire swing from one end to the other.
Only a 20 for my.
But only a 20 is fine. I can't imagine this won't kill it, but roll. It does. It absolutely kills this one. The dodge action was not enough to save it. It should have double moved.
All right. Now I will bonus action hunter's mark this one. I need to keep my bonus action for that.
We'll give it to snail. I don't
And
know why.
Close my character sheet.
Hunter snail.
Hunter snail. All right.
It's the last snail in the coffin.
And now I'm back to normal, but I can. Right. So if I go 5, 10, 15, 20 there. Now I'm invisible. So I will sharpshooter longbow that one at advantage. It's not going to hit.
It will not.
And then I will take 2 steps back this way. And that'll do
So
it for
you're
me.
directly behind the pillar.
Correct.
Yep. T-Way, the flapping above you, you hear another body come crashing down to the ground.
Gosh.
This one all the way back down. This one would have crashed into the corner.
His face looks very thankful.
It's
But he's still
raining
casting.
body. This is the best.
No, he's thankful that he's not having to deal with them.
Oh.
Also, I just realized how high my camera was up. Just went ahead.
So, what would you guys like to do? Anything else,
Finish
Tio?
the ritual.
That's it. I'm just trying to like.
The
How
last
close am I, by the
The
way?
last Abishai's turn.
Wait, how close am I to the end of the ritual? Am I still an
You're
hour
within
away?
no, you're within the last hour, but you're still 30, 40
Okay.
minutes away.
Okay,
As was rolled on the dice.
30, 40 minutes of combat.
30 or 40 minutes. Here we go. The not pit fiend will fly directly to. You're running this way, are you? As it lands in front of you. Takes a scimitar out and tries to kill you, old man. You are on the layer. You are on the level with the portals. You must die.
No.
I shall not whisper this roll. It shall be a good roll. It is a good roll
And the roll
for the
was
bad
good.
guy. And any cadavering,
No, just
just 5 damage.
existing.
Okay. And then here it is again.
That will not hit.
Okay.
I'm insulted that he would even roll so low and look at me.
You should be insulted, but it does try to
It's
bite
gonna
you.
bite you now.
Oh no, I'm not insulted.
Thank
I'm
Jesus.
double insulted. Okay, only
And
5 points.
actually, low rolls all around for the damage as well as the attack roll, so it misses with that. But it feels confident as you seem to be like recoiling away from it successfully after its first slash.
Would it not recoil? Something
it is
was
not recoil. You has not
swinging
been-
and biting.
You have not tried to do that. All you've done is try to say no.
All right. Well, now it's getting bitten next turns.
Also at the end, also on this turn, separately, is this one that takes to the air. 2, 3, 4, 5,
God.
6,
You'd think
7,
you would have
8.
put your torch out by now.
1,
No, because then they get advantage against me.
3,
Well, they don't know where you are though.
I don't
6,
know that.
7, 8. And another
I have
one
no
comes
idea.
swooping in and lands, but has taken its full move to do so. As you get closer and closer to the portal, and everybody's well aware that it activates yet again. last session or last combat, it was every other round. This combat, it appears that they were going to pile through each portal every single round, Casey destroying a portal in the process. So it's only one left, but you also have only one exit now. Interesting. Cadavers.
Hold this. Hands out the torch. Goes invisible.
Are you linking the spell invisible?
I
Is
am.
that
I'm
the
getting
idea?
this.
Counter spell. No, I'm sorry.
No.
No.
Right out of there. Oh man. Tio was trying not to panic.
No, you're
So-
doing the ritual. You cannot panic.
So either
He's so
the
worried.
cadavers will thrust the torch into their hands.
What-
They either
one-
take it
one
or
second,
it drops to
let
the
me-
ground.
You're gonna, it'll drop.
Yeah.
Drop to the ground.
No, they can have it.
That's fine, but it's still going to drop to the ground. Where's my little traps thing? There it is. What? I keep conditions on my traps. Let's see.
So
Nope.
I'm gonna go back.
Invisible condition, huh? Let's see if they're gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Oh no, do they have devil sight, true sight, or whatever?
It's not that they don't
Just
have
gives
that.
them disadvantage. It doesn't make you
Correct.
unattackable.
It imposes
Gotcha.
disadvantage. Now,
I mean,
only
disadvantage.
because they knew exactly where you were. So, would you like to walk away stealthily?
I'm gonna. Yes.
So that means you can move at half speed, and you have to roll your stealth roll. And if it's below or above their passive perceptions, then that matters for this attack.
Their wisdom is insane.
Really? Yeah.
Their passive is just like their saving throw at 16.
Does being invisible make stealth advantage? No, it probably wouldn't be the same.
No, not at all, because this is
Yeah.
sound based. So here's the attacks of opportunity. However, your movement was halved because of this effort.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they bite? It is their
Did
best
you-
thing.
Did you provide an eyelash?
Disadvantage.
It is with disadvantage. So I'm going to roll one more time for the first one. 14
Does not
hits, misses. Okay.
Thank God.
The second one with disadvantage correctly.
That's so many dice. I know it said
It
that.
is a
Does
lot of
not-
dice. Does an 11 hit.
No.
So you do manage to get away, but not as sneakily as you want. You're like, I'll just quietly. And you've gotten away. And they just kind of look at each other and grin because if they move in conjunction, you can't get by them. So they're just going to keep following you.
No.
Oh.
Jesse,
No.
Jesse, you weren't dead this combat, but you are on the bottom doing nothing.
That's all right. I'm protecting Tio.
Thank you. I
Same
Protect
appreciate it.
cadavers.
Same action.
Why would anyone protect cadavers?
The ritual's
Because
more
we can get
important.
you back up at some point.
At some point.
Same action. I like to hold an action.
Gislin,
All
the
right.
torch is here. I shall put it on the
Won't
square.
be super relevant. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pull out Silver Vein and destroy this portal.
Oh, thank you.
You may attack the portal.
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
You do not. It is an object. You are
Alright.
always invisible to it.
Oh, I should have Zephyr struck then. Oh, that's fine. 12.
12 will not do it, as that does not strike.
Wait. I'm a ranger. I can just attack it again. I have
should.
I have more attacks.
You definitely should then.
I will do that. There we go.
Okay. Please roll the damage. Another crit on the object, by the way.
13? Yeah.
And that one easily slices through this. Again, shimmering slightly into a translucent state. Doesn't really damage the stone like the first attack did because you were off a bit. But this one does cut through the ruins, and this portal is now disabled. And by disabled, I mean wrecked. If I can zoom in, I'll select it and it'll go away. All right, is Gislin done?
I am invisible. The portal is no longer there, so it's not emitting light. I already bonus action, so I can't really do anything. So yeah, I'll just stay. I'm done.
Okay. TOA at the bottom.
So ritual casting, getting a little nervous, a little more sweaty. That nice crispy skin is gonna she has sweat to it.
These Black Abishai's turn. We'll start with the fun stuff here. 2, 1, 2, 3. They found you, Cadaverous. And we'll take their attacks at disadvantage.
Isn't Cadaverous
Why?
invisible?
Because they went like this. Oh, I know he's here.
Ah!
Disadvantage, though. So that might serve you well. Here's the puppet roll for the first scimitar attack.
That's a miss.
9. Here's the puppet roll for the second scimitar attack.
Please.
That's a miss.
An 8. Here's the puppet roll for the bite.
That's a miss.
15 misses?
Thank God.
15?
Yeah, 50 misses.
Okay. Here's the second set from the other guy.
So the
I'll
first
stop
one,
there. Was an 18.
the first one, I would cutting words. No,
All right.
I'm invisible. 1d8. Okay, that makes it down to a 14, which is a
14
miss.
misses. Okay, here's the bite.
That misses.
Okay. And they just wait. The pit fiend, I'm sorry, the Abishai here provokes from you, Gislin, as it takes to the air.
What is... Bonk him!
I don't hit him.
Oh,
Because I don't want him to know where I am.
I don't blame you.
If I hit him, he can just turn around and attack me.
8.
And I need to keep Hunter's Mark up if I'm going to single-handedly
And
kill
there's-
all of these things.
There's 8.
My gosh.
Cadaverous. You see another one coming in. It's a 2-year-old torch.
Gosh.
You're about to be surrounded. They may choose a grapple attack too. I don't believe that has disadvantage because it's contested.
Okay. So, what is a way to get down / up?
Gravity?
You can go up or down these bits, right? Like there's stairs.
There's
No.
stairs, as I've mentioned many
Okay.
times.
There is a rope
as
tied
if
on the south, though, that is still there.
that is true.
Okay, alright. Okay, I'm gonna stealth and try and get out of range to avoid 2 attacks.
Stealthing has your move for this move. You may go ahead.
Okay. Stealth. Please get above a 16.
Wow.
You
may
melt
move.
like denture glue.
You may move half your move.
Okay, So half my move is 15 feet. Could I climb down with that onto the platform or the um
Yes, the athletics
below?
climb check would be required. It's a ledge.
What about acrobatics?
No.
No.
Why does everybody argue that? It's
What
literally athletics for climbing. It says it
What
in
about-
the thing.
What about persuasion?
Because they want it to be.
Yeah, I do want it to be. Okay, let's do it. 12?
12. Okay, you may move one square as you begin your climb. You did not fail by 5 or more, so you do not fall.
Okay.
But you do stop there because there's a bit of a slip.
That's all you need, though.
Which
fine.
point,
Yo, here's the
At
thump, and
which
Jesse's
point-
like, "Don't look back, don't look back."
the creatures all kind of, what was that? Because you're like, oh, there's that moment. So they might know where you're at.
I did roll a 26 stealth though,
Yeah, and that allowed you to move from that space without an attack of opportunity.
but I didn't get an attack of opportunity because I'm still in their melee range.
No, you left one.
There's one, yeah.
Oh, I didn't leave one. Okay.
The attack of opportunity was nullified completely. All I'm saying is because of the failure, there's another issue. Cadaverous, you have only bonus actions left or free action. You could always just choose to fall.
But then they would just go down.
Well, they wouldn't know, though. You're
The
invisible,
impact
so-
would be obvious.
So right now they might know. If I drop, they definitely know. So let's just.
And you
hope
take
that-
damage. And you
Yeah.
may lose your concentration.
Okay, so let's just call it. Leave it there.
Okay, Jesse. Because of the torch, you can see them all congregating in one area up there.
Okay.
You can see that torch, right? Like, is that
I
it?
can't. I can't.
Yeah.
And I will climb. So that takes half. So I end up there.
I need athletics to climb. You're not at the rope.
Okay.
DC is simply 15.
Okay.
It's a moderate climb.
18.
Okay, Jesse being Jesse.
Now to decide if I want to dash.
You don't see cadavers above you. That's for sure.
He vaporized him.
My cat is circling me like a. Do you have
Shark.
food? Do you need food? We'll take a break in a sec. We'll get some food for you. Oh, we're actually a little long for our break.
If I
break
dash, I
after
can
this
still
round.
bonus action, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
I will dash. Mm.
Climbing, climbing, climbing.
Boo. I will bonus action rage.
Okay, you have raged.
Right? Right? God, I hope I'm not screwing that up.
You're not expending your last 4th level spell slot, so you're fine. Gosh. That was a big mistake that I made last game.
Gislin.
I will step forward to the rail. And I will attack the one I have Hunter's marked. With a sharpshooter longbow shot. Desperately needing some high numbers, which is not happening. I will shoot again, doing the same thing at it.
Someone's hungry.
Yeah, somebody's being very pussycat-like.
Alright, Hunter's Mark and Sneak Attack in there, so that's 26 only for that.
26 only. Okay. Private roll for some hit points real quick.
5,
Oh, we're almost to the.
20, 25,
How do we?
30, 35. Dial bonus action dash 5, 10, 15. $20, and then we'll stop there. Actually, I'll go 25 to there because I can still see around the bend, I think, and I'm still out of range of the torch. That'll do it for me.
Okay. TOA.
You know what I'm up to. Hasn't changed yet.
Okay.
But I'm getting a little nervous.
The fiend's turns, and by fiend I mean Devilkin, and by Devilkin I mean Abishai. The Abishai, the one that is flying, decides to cast a spell. It will be darkness. Cadavers, you have an option. You have an option if you want to waste it.
No.
Okay, so here's the spell for you guys. I'm just going to move the layer object over. It shall be this right here. And then I should put it the correct layer so you guys can see it. Boom. Now, they're going to surround you, Jesse.
Is this darkness?
It is darkness. You are completely blind.
Oh my gosh.
These attacks all have an advantage against you. They apparently can see perfectly, even in magical darkness. I don't want it to be a whispered roll. There we go, public. This is the first one.
Yep, yep. Yes. Wait, what's my AC? Yep, yes.
Okay, so 8 becomes 4, another 4. The damage types are separate here, so it's 3 from the attack for piercing and then 5 from acid. 4, 4,
8,
3, 5.
3, 5.
So 16.
Okay. I don't know why this doesn't. Oh, it did. Good job.
Okay, that's the first one. The second one has it. Same thing.
Yep, yep. Yep.
You kind of it's a little lower damage for the acid, so that's all right.
3,
But
4.
3 and 4 is 7, and 4 is 11, and 4 is 15 this time.
Okay.
If they start whittling Jesse down. Cadavers. All right, so this is the end of the round. We are desperate for a break. We're long for a break. And my cat demands we shall have our break. So
I can hear her. She's like, "Meow."
she's absolutely being a drama queen right now. It's not like I haven't fed her already today, but it is later on in the day. So as a fatty, I
Requires
understand
fuel.
she just has to fuel her laying around. So
Fuel
support
for my
that.
scheming.
We'll be back in 5 for those who are still watching this ridiculously tedious little fight.
Oh, but
Yes,
every
we
second counts.
As they try to complete a ritual to save or transfer the dragon's soul.
Don't
Alright, just
worry,
confirm
you
for me.
we only have 80,000 more rounds until
Yeah,
we
I
get
was
to
gonna
the
ask.
hour.
How many rounds is in a?
In 45 minutes, you just
Yeah.
guess. You just guess. It's not
We'll be
three,
back
though.
in 5.
Quite a few, as far as I know.
Hey, we're live again.
Oh, good job.
Ask and ye shall receive. We are back, and better than ever.
Welcome back
I missed my window for ice cream.
for
so I
this
was
exciting
trying to stretch.
conclusion.
I mean, it's not like you could just say that your next turn is casting a ritual and go get some ice cream if you want.
Okay. I'll wait. I'll do it. I'm still casting unless something terrible happens.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, the odds of that are pretty high, so...
We'll start this next round out with welcome back, and Cadaverous. You were in the midst of climbing. You stumbled slightly, grabbed onto the hold there. You didn't fall. The Abishai a moment took notice, but Jessie did what Jessie does, and instead of using her boots to leap up, she just climbed.
I forgot about my boots.
Man.
She's like, I can handle this, and climbed her way all the way up. But she did so proficiency, like the spider monkey she is. She jumped up, and the Abishai were like, nope, and threw down a bit of darkness. Cadaverous, you are in the midst and in the middle of a globe of darkness. The globe of darkness is also centered here. Not that you can tell that from inside it, but what that means is it extends 15 feet in all direction. So down and upward.
I would like to carefully just keep lowering myself down.
You can carefully do so with a climb check of an athletics. The skill check is 15. If you fail by 5 or more, not more than 5, but 5 or more, you will plummet.
Didn't fail by 5 or more.
You may continue down for a square of 5. You did not plummet. You can then double move action to try again if you'd like.
Well, I should now be on, like, the next layer down, right? So I'm no longer climbing?
You can. But you'll still have to climb in from that layer. You're on the ledge.
Okay.
Of
Alright,
broken
then I'll
heart.
make another climb to get in. Give me another 12.
The climb
That's
check to
not a
get in
12.
is only a
Not a
10
12.
because getting inside the hallway is much easier. So reduced.
God.
You didn't make it, but you also didn't plummet again. So this one, however, does not let you go into the hallway just now.
So I should have one more attempt, right? Because I have 5 more feet of movement?
No, your attempt is for all of your movement.
Oh,
You
Okay.
then cancel your movement to hold on tightly.
understood. I'll just hold on tightly.
Jesse.
Disengage.
They're fighting dirty.
Disengage.
Mm.
And I like to move. Because that's disengaging.
Disengaging from.
We're gonna disengage and stand here.
You'd like a
is
climb
that...
check immediately.
Yes.
With this, no, I'm not gonna do that. Although technically it would be much harder to climb in the dark. Is there a foothold? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Oh
22.
yes, Jesse has no issues, and you can move half your move speed all the way to the wherever.
Okay, so that was just 10, then 20, then 30, then 40. I'm on the edge.
Okay.
Can I? No, I can't. Because I have...
I'm on the
Sorry,
edge.
never mind.
You're now out of the darkness. You've gone below the darkness.
Oh, okay.
Cadaverous, you don't know it's Jesse, but somebody hummed as they climbed by.
I'm just a bird climbing down the hole.
Gislin.
All right. I will. 5, 10. Is that around the corner, or do I need one more?
I'm a little zoomed in. Give me a sec. Boop, boop. Where are you? I've lost you completely.
North of all the devils.
Oh, I see. I see you now. Oh, you've moved a lot.
Yeah. I'm a scamper. I'm a scamperer. I just go. Can I? Is that like around the pole, or do I need to go one more to be around the pole?
No, that's around it.
Okay, so that's 10 feet of movement there. I'm going to shoot at where I think the hunter's mark one is, so kind of like keeping it just arrow shot in that trajectory, I guess.
Right.
At pit fiend height, and this is at advantage and disadvantage, so normal.
Correct. It's a wash.
I will sharpshooter longbow. Fuck it. We're not playing around. 13.
As your arrow certainly rattles off, you clearly hear it hitting a far wall.
All right, and then
Not seeing where it landed, but
second shot into the darkness, not sharpshooter.
not sharpshootered.
Not sharpshooter. 21.
And that one will strike.
All right. Does it hit the one with the hunter's mark? I guess
yes,
that's
that
the
is
way
the-
the mechanics work. So.
Correct.
And where is sneak attack? Sneak attack. Wait, no, I don't get sneak attack. Because I'm not.
'cause you don't have
I don't have
advantage,
advantage.
right.
Yeah.
So it is only 15?
Mm-hmm.
Only 15. Ah. It's weird when that's always true. Because
No,
we've got, like,
56.
35. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Anything else from Gislin?
15, 20, 25. 30. Bonus action hide.
Please roll.
Oh, come on. No!
I'm still invisible.
You're just like
You just stand where you are.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm still invisible. So.
I'm still casting.
Anyway,
I'm still
still
casting.
okay.
I'm trying to keep one eye on the situation, but I'm mostly keeping my eyes forward.
Creatures. Now, they all take to the air. On the GM layer, they shall move
Okay.
and maintain their darkness.
Does that mean they're technically not invisible? That they're like somewhere in this sphere?
They
of-
remain in the sphere of darkness.
Gotcha. Okay.
We
Okay.
do not know
Stay
where they
there
are.
as long as they want.
However, Tio, you're the only one that currently can understand Draconic?
Unless Cadaverous
What's
is
your
home on
passive
still.
perception?
Everest is not
15.
at the Helman.
Okay.
15. What's their passive whispering? Let's say what their stealth is. Let's see. Oh. Roll me a regular perception roll. Tio.
That won't mess up my ritual, right?
Will not. It's just to notice.
I'm surprisingly not proficient on this. That's very strange. 23.
23. As they start whispering in Draconic to each other, and they're like, I don't know where they've all gone, but that one over there on the ground looks juicy. And so they all seem to be close somewhere into the darkness, but you feel a little targeted. Cadaverous.
So
Okay.
you're lay back against his head.
Cadaverous would like to try and climb back in again.
Jesse, is that hit point total correct on your token?
Should be. What does it
Just
say on
noticing
here?
now. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it
Cadaverous.
is. It's correct.
Thank you.
Gonna
The
let's try
climb
and
check
climb.
to get back in.
Athletics coming out.
It's no problem. It's a DC 10.
No.
It did make it.
You're nervous in the dark, and as you start stepping, every time you put your foot into air, because you're like, I know there's a ledge and I have to jump over it, but what if I'm wrong? And you do not proceed. God. However, you can dash and try it again if you like.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I'll try it one more time.
Right, allowing for 2 move actions.
Oh
Let me in.
You're forever on the ledge.
This is mechanically improbable, but hilarious. So thank you for
Let me in.
this. Jesse, you're only like 10 foot from the bottom.
If I just drop, it would just be a check, right? And then I wouldn't. It would just take like 1 of my movement.
Okay, if you want to.
I'm asking. Never mind. I'll just continue to climb down. The 1 check. Yes.
Please.
Okay. A lot more. Okay, not my best. Last step, but
But if you were 10 feet above and you went 5 feet now you can drop without taking damage.
Yeah.
So.
So,
Yeah.
so that cost you 10 foot of movement. You drop. You've
All right.
used 15.
20, 25, 30.
Ugh.
Hold an action for a reckless great axe attack. For if something tries to attack Teo.
Okay.
Tao.
Pow!
How about if something comes within your range? 'Cause you
Yes,
know,
but that, the
they come for
objective
you.
is
You're not going to be like, well, it's not Theo.
Pow.
Jesse's done. Gislin,
Ow.
if you want, you can pick a square and have disadvantage against it.
And Cadaverous is still in the dark, right?
Yeah, technically.
But I see Jesse coming out.
Yes, Jesse came back out. A little worse for wear. Jesse went in nice and healthy and came out all scratched up and a little bit burnt with acid.
I will.
But still Jesse, so she's like, "Meh."
no.
I will hold my action to shoot the first one of these things that I can see.
Holding your action to shoot the first one. Check.
So yeah, if it comes out any side, I can see it.
Okay. He's good.
He's good.
Okay. TUA.
I'm still casting.
You're
Okay.
doing great.
Thank you.
The Pit Fiend's turn. And by Pit Fiend, I mean Black Abishai. One reveals itself, and you immediately can make your attack. I'm going to move it into the object. Did I not? I did not. As it begins to fly out.
All right, I will sharpshooter this. 15.
15 will be enough.
Oh, interesting. Well, now we know
Big
it's armor
damage.
class. Can I use sneak attack?
Do you have advantage?
I do.
Then you may.
All right.
Oh yeah.
There's one, and that's not the hunter's marked one, right?
No, I took the southern one first.
Okay.
So not.
So
the
it's only
100.
30 points of damage with that one attack.
Mm-hmm. So I will apply 30 points of cry damage to this creature.
Who's next,
Hey.
you big babies?
I think I've done 98% of the damage this combat.
Probably 99.
Jessie put herself in defender mode, so yeah,
Yeah.
you're the one ramping
I
damage.
mean, I think Cadaverous did like 3 points of psychic damage at one point.
Cadaverous
True.
finished one though earlier.
I finished one by bopping it with my bow.
Anyway, I'm going to continue my turn. It flies out 2, 3, 4. Jesse, unfortunately, too high for you. It's not going to fly down toward the axe that's baseball bat ready. It's going to fly over your head, land here,
Oh.
and take the attacks. TOA, welcome to the combat. Here's a scimitar.
That hits.
Hitting you. Take 6 points of damage.
What happens to the ritual? Does it stop and ruin it?
The ritual stops and is not ruined.
Okay.
It's slightly on pause.
Okay. Do I
Here's
know what
another.
will ruin it?
Yes, if they trample around near you.
Okay.
Or if Jesse does.
That also hits.
I fixed it. Crap.
That also hits for...
Then 7 more points of damage
Okay.
for TOA.
It's going fast.
Is it flying?
Oof, that's
Like,
so
is it
That
up
one
5?
does not hit.
Or no?
It's not
No, it's
hit.
actually landed,
Okay.
Jesse. This one is not hit. That's fine. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this one on the GM layer will move out. I'm just going to move this one to the regular token layer 2. Dropping down. Swear to God, token layer. There we go. 3, 4. Jesse, you trigger. It's coming for you.
Okay. I say reckless.
Huh?
Take away the rage. Oh, I didn't do that yet. All right, 26.
Oof.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
13. Oh.
That one has been hit a few
13.
times.
It has been hit a few times. This one seems a little beefier than the others have been. It just happens to be slightly higher in the hit points. And remains alive, although clearly on its deathbed. But in its defiance, it shall, of course, attack you, Jesse. Did you have a round where you lost your rage?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That is my AC.
It's only 6.
Okay. Yes.
And that one's 16. Which is low numbers for Gislin, but for enemies incoming, that's bad. It's
Did not
bad.
mean to do that. There we go.
Okay. And lastly, GM layer, put it back into the regular token layer. This one.
Ugh.
Landing here. And does the following.
Oh no.
Bloop. As darkness is a friend to Gislin and these things. But it gets no attacks when it gets to do this. So that is the one.
And that's a different one that casts darkness than before.
Correct.
Okay.
The first one already had the spell. Went first.
So
You
then
struck him. Oh, technically it
Somebody
should've-
has a concentration check. Then
should have
is
had
my
that
question.
concentration check. That is true. So it is. You did how much? 30 to it. So the DC is 15,
Was it 30? Yeah, 30.
and it's a Constitution saving throw. And that one drops.
Goodbye, darkness.
That is true. The first one would have went first. The second one could. There's still one to do it, but he's just hanging on to his life anyway. Anyway, that's all the fun and games. Cadaverous at the top of the round, hanging off the edge, invisible still.
Gosh.
Okay,
You
Tamara.
can at least now see the edge real easy.
I would like to make an athletics check to climb into the ledge. Is that okay?
That is okay. However, will you make the check, or will you take the check? You will only take the check. It is a DC 10, people.
Okay.
Gosh. Oh
Can
my
I-
gosh.
I would like to make another attempt, please.
Mm. I don't want to root against you, but I do.
Ah!
Oh, you make it! Finally
Alas.
reaching, as long as your little old toe can make it, you finally get a hold of the ledge and you can move now into the spaces occupied. There you go.
Now what do I do? I never thought this far. I thought I'd be stuck here forever.
I've made it! Shit, now what?
I would like to end my turn.
Looking down, there's a globe of darkness where, you know, Tio has been working feverishly for hours. So
Wow,
yeah,
that was my dog.
We'll move to.
That was me.
That's. It's unverifiable. It might be your dog. We can't tell.
Right now he's scratching in his bed, so I don't think it was him.
Well, Jesse, you find yourself again in this terrible darkness that just
Yeah.
makes you even angrier.
Yeah, it really does. It really makes me so mad. So mad that I'm
Rageful
going to rage.
even? Hmm.
Oh, yes!
So good that you have a rage left.
Jesse, don't step right there. Don't step on the ritual.
And I would like to continue to attack the one that I was attacking before. I know this might grant me disadvantage, but
It does grant you disadvantage, but you know the exact square he ended his turn in.
yes. So,
So
it
you
would
know
just
that
be.
if you manage, you manage.
Could I reckless and it'd just be a normal attack?
You absolutely get to do that.
That's what I would like to do. Okay.
The beautiful thing about reckless
15.
when you're in the darkness, that hits, is that they would normally get advantage against you anyway. You might as well.
7. God damn.
7.
Yeah.
That is indeed enough.
Yes! Great fucking weapon master, mother. I'm gonna
Oh.
try.
It was brought to 2 before
Well, that's fantastic.
with your last swing.
I'm gonna try real hard to hit another one.
Okay. You're pretty sure you know where it landed?
Yeah. So here it comes. This is my great weapon master attack. 18.
18. Hits.
That's good. 15 damage.
15 damage.
I have a constitution saving throw to make.
This is for the ball game, I think.
Apparently it's for a ball game.
God damn it. I will try and hit again with my second attack.
Do you mean your third attack?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but
Since she killed something with Great Weapon Master.
I
she can
called
keep going.
my third attack the great weapon master attack. Now I'm just doing my second attack. It's a 20 and hits!
It does hit.
Yes, for 15!
Consistent?
You're
Save,
still alive?
so-
It is not only still alive, but it is the first damage it's taken. It has taken 15 twice,
Okay.
and I actually haven't generated hit points for this one because it's just taking damage. So, a little quick private roll. Click. I like this little feature. Ooh.
Well, that's my turn.
It's a good turn. It's a good turn. Any turn where you're able to hit things is a
Good answer.
turn.
Good answer. Good
Good
answer.
answer, yeah. Show me Jesse's turn.
Okay. Gislin.
All right. I will fire confidently into the darkness. Targeting the one I targeted before, I guess, because that would be... Makes sense, right?
The first one, yeah.
I cannot move my hunter's mark because I believe I need to be able to see
Okay,
the
yeah,
creature
so
to... Let me just make sure. Choose a creature you can see within range. Yeah. All right. I will... Sharpshooter, longbow, normal. Add it. 15.
Those are magic numbers. Jesse did it. Now you did it.
Or 15.
15 for minimum damage. I will apply my sneak attack to this. Now is not the time for that. So that's 22 damage to that.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not. That doesn't count because I don't have advantage.
You don't have
Right.
advantage. You have a creature adjacent to it. Could you link sneak attack?
I was targeting the one I was shooting originally was this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tio's.
Oh,
next to
Tio's
it.
next to it. All right, yeah.
Could you link sneak attack?
If I can find it. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
So it doesn't require that Tio's actively doing
No.
anything.
As
Just
long as
being
he's
there.
not incapacitated.
You may choose to roll that 7 or have that 7 damage applies.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. I will regular longbow. I'm gonna sneeze though. Okay.
Bless you, bless you.
Regular longbow, same target. 21.
I got your sneeze.
21 hits.
Big damage. Come on. Another 9 points of piercing damage.
No, it's down to 1. It's down to 1. I knew from that face.
Maybe that's exactly true. It's a tradition, actually. Of all D&D games I've ever been in, to be honest. And bringing in creatures to 1 is just something that happens.
I mean, in all honesty, it wouldn't matter if it was like 1 or 6, right? I will... bonus action hide, I guess.
Okay, you roll that, and TOA.
Do I think that if I cast something that I will lose my ritual?
Definitely. Using other magics
Okay.
will interrupt the magic you've been working with the ritual. As if
Okay.
you are been ritual casting the entire time. I'm okay with taking a small little interruption and continuing a ritual. That's what they're for, you know? But if you start using other magics, no ritual.
All of the damage, none of the options.
Do I think that if I use the wand of web that will count as distracting me from my ritual?
Yes, the wand of web
Okay.
lets you cast the spell web.
Okay. I will just keep doing my ritual.
Hmm.
Closing my eyes.
You don't need to, you're in darkness.
Closing my eyes, I don't have to see the terrible darkness outside of them.
The creatures will go to the next layer, where I will move them separately. Jesse, there's definitely movement near you. It does not provoke from you. Tio, there's definitely movement near you. It does not provoke from you.
Okay. Can I tell with my big ears if it's going away or towards me?
It's really, really difficult on your turn in the darkness. If you want to use a standard action to do a perception roll, you can try to locate exactly where they've ended up.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. They get their attacks now. I was about to skip everything. Jesse, you've definitely bothered one. So here's the attacks against you. You went reckless, but it doesn't matter. You're in the darkness, so it's disadvantage either way. Uh, 12, miss.
12 is a miss.
20 and 20.
20's hit, but are you doing that on purpose?
20 and 20. What do you mean do it on purpose?
We don't see
You
any
can't see your rolls.
Oh, they happen to be. Dang it. When I do hit points, I switch it over to Whisper. So in this case, the 20 did 4 points of damage. The scimitar.
Is that halved or no halved?
Are you currently raging?
I am.
Well then, that's halved.
That
And
is
then-
halved? Okay.
Yes.
As in it becomes a 2 or it remains a 4?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Did you already
it
have it for her?
4 total or 4 is the halved?
No, 4 is the damage, so half
Okay.
is 2.
Okay.
Then the next one. Now, Jesse, are you resistant to only weapon damage? I may have been doing
Everything
this
but
wrong
psychic.
earlier. So you are bear then. Okay. So I'm right.
You
So
a
then the
bear
next
now.
one is also halved. So 9 becomes 4 more physical.
Okay.
And the acid, I only rolled managed. I rolled 2 1s on the acid. So it's 2
Wow.
points halved to 1.
Okay.
There
Come
is
on
That's
in.
not going to be the role that I get.
there is more movement somewhere within your area. It doesn't want you to know where it didn't. It left it square it attacked from. The one against you, Tio. Ah, dang it! It's a whispered roll again. The first one's a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
The second one, I'm going to change it back to public so we can do this. Here we go.
Definitely
23 to
hits.
hit. And then there's the bite.
16?
So,
24. Okay.
so,
All of these hits.
from the one you can't see, and then 4 and 8 is 12, and 5 is 17, and 6 is 23 total.
Okay, I'm down to 4 points of damage, but no one can tell.
Actually, Jesse is very well aware that you're screaming in pain because they've heard it before, and it's a familiar sound. Cadaverous, you're also hearing the echoes of battle, and you clearly hear Tio going, "Oh, the ritual!" Oh.
Cadaverous would like to join in, maybe. Let's...
Okay, so you're gonna need a somersault to a backhand. Wait, what?
So it's just darkness down there, I assume, right?
Yeah, there's a big globe. You're at the 10, 15, 20 foot mark up. So looking down, you're like, oh, the globe's almost to me.
Yeah, and I can't see any enemies of any kind.
Or friends.
Gosh, this is a terrible situation.
Hold on, let me check the wording on this. Does it have to be somebody I can see? No, somebody who can hear me. I don't know where Tio is.
You do know where Tio is. Tio probably hasn't moved.
Oh, okay.
But you can't see it.
Yeah.
You can't target Tio if there's things that require you to see.
Well, no, it's not that. I'm trying to think of. There would be no logical way that I would be able to hypnotic pattern the bad dude, but not Tio. I could miss Tio, but I would have no idea to target the right side as opposed to the left side or the top side or the bottom side. Because I spent the last 45 minutes in darkness, desperately trying to drag myself over a ledge.
Like-
So
Ah!
wait, what about
You know when
creature-
Lancelot swings away, he's, a little help here.
That's something I have to see. I have to see.
Fireball.
I mean, fireball is a choice.
No, it's not. They're immune to fire.
Oh,
You shut
fireball
up,
is not a
Gislin.
choice. Okay, so here's the question.
That would be amazing.
Okay,
Boom!
so
Thank
magical-
you.
would fairy fire, the glow of fairy fire, override magical darkness because it's a magical effect?
You can link Fairfire and we could read together.
Okay.
Without casting it.
Now that is a pretty smart idea if it works.
Any creature in the area is outlined in light. For the duration, it affects the affected creatures shed dim light in 10-foot radius. Any attack rolls, blah 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 blah. Doesn't get the benefit from being invisible. Darkness. I will
Doesn't
click
sound
it
promising.
and display it.
If they were on the edge of the darkness, would it cast light out of the darkness?
Non-magical light can't illuminate it.
That's true.
Non-magical.
I understand the
Yeah.
point. Calm down.
Non-magical.
Non-magic!
I would like to reiterate, non-magical.
Well, my friend, the internet is going to have to help me on this one because
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
split
Google
down
too.
the middle, to be honest.
Darkness, fairy fire.
I'll search for fairy fire darkness.
Here's the Jeremy Crawford. Oh, that's even worse. The darkness spell is second level. The fairy fire is a light producing first level spell. If you're under the effect of fairy fire and enter the area of darkness, fairy fire is dispelled. Jeremy Crawford.
But you can
You can
can you
upcast
upcast
yes.
spells? Yeah.
You can upcast spells.
I think that's the way it handles light and stacking of darkness and lights and stuff.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire at 3rd level, which my assumption is that should apply now.
Since it's the highest.
Yeah. I don't know where this creature is. So what is the size of this thing? 20-foot cube, so that's 4x4.
So you give me your square, and I will let you know who's in it.
Okay, so I would only care about anything hitting Tio, realistically. So I would probably drop it on Tio. So I would do. Okay, let me draw this. I just meant so I can see squares. So I would do like.
It's weird that the grid is disappearing.
Yeah, 25.
Something
10,
about the light sources.
like this. Actually, I would do it over. Nah. I guess I would try and fill it more in like the actual. I would do like this realistically.
Okay. Happy?
Just slap bang in the middle of it. Yeah.
Is that it?
I mean,
We're gonna get super technical into the rules in about a second on how whether or not I can see anything in this.
Yeah, I would drop it there, because Cadaverous would drop it slap bang in the center to try and, most likely as possible, light up whatever's inside. So that's it. That's where stuff's sitting. It's up.
Let me head over to the GM layer real quick and reveal those you have revealed. The
Do they make? They have to make dex saves though, don't they?
is pierced. Oh, that's true. Is there saving
They still
throws?
get to save against it.
Each object
Oh my gosh.
is outlined. Any creature within the spell is.
Oh, I'm looking at darkness. That's like I don't see a
If
saving
it
throw.
if it fails a dex.
Okay,
Dex
so-
saving throws.
Without knowing these, we'll go with the top right. Near
This is
Tio.
also for Jesse and Tio.
But you guys can now see where all terrain is basically because it's all outlined. It's just whether or not the creatures are going to be seeable.
Well, and them, right? Because
You need to know about Jesse and Tio, so you both make dexterity saving throws. So anyway,
they already have
first-
advantage on you, so that's not a
first
problem.
for me with advantage because I haven't been using their magic resistance. Because I forget about these things all the time. The first one
Fail.
fails. The
Let's
one
go.
near Tio failed. The one
Aren't
near
they
Jesse,
both near Tio.
no, not a perception roll.
+6 as
Maybe
well.
saving throw. Those are the two ones that they happen to be.
That's
Wow.
a fail.
They both
Double
show
fail.
up.
That's amazing.
Okay, so
Oh my
revealed
God.
as is. Bravo. You definitely expend the resource there, caster.
Yep.
Is that it for third?
That's it for third.
Hmm.
Wait, that's not it for. That is it for third. Yep, that is it for third.
Cadaverous. Anything else?
Cadaverous has.
Tio, could you roll your dexterity? saving
Cadaverous is gonna
Oh,
call
yeah.
out to Jesse. Jesse, get him. You're inspired.
Thanks for the.
All right.
6.
throw? Okay.
The cleric
Everybody is
not moving.
illuminated. Everyone is illuminated in the square circle.
Squircle.
Squircle. That's
Squircle.
official. Cadaverous is done. Jesse, you're up.
All right, I can see. I'm
It
gonna.
looks at itself and looks at you and is like, "Hmm?" Hmm?
I'm going to recklessly
Why is this
attack
happening?
this guy right here.
I was gonna kill you. Please don't kill me.
So I can have normal advantage again, correct?
You can have normal attacks against it unless you want to go reckless, and then normal
I did.
advantage.
I do want to go reckless.
But it's abnormal advantage. Just the weirdest way to get there. Go on.
Okay. Sounds great. 23.
Oh, that's so good.
Decent.
15.
15 accounted for. This one is a little harder, as this one technically has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Second attack. It fails.
The darkness dispels.
Oh. We are literally going to light him up now.
All right. 19.
19 hits.
Come on. Yes!
Oh,
That's
so good.
17.
It is still alive.
Oh no.
All right. Great Weapon Master. No, I can't freaking do that. I can't just die.
It is still alive, but
Okay.
it does look dead on its feet.
Well, it's almost there. It's my turn.
Gislin.
All right. So now the darkness is gone, and they're all
Right.
lit up.
They're
So I
all
have
lit. There's so
advantage.
much advantage.
All right. Within 90 feet, bonus action hunters mark that one.
Oh yeah, they're definitely fairy fire. Jess, you didn't need to reckless. You wouldn't have.
Hmm?
Fairy fire granted advantage.
All right, and I will sharpshooter longbow
Okay.
the one to the north of Tio.
Indeed.
Please be kind. Dice 23. Oh, we go.
Come on.
And then hunter's mark.
That one was reduced to 1 earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Great.
That one's done. Alright, and now I will target the other one on the other side of Tio. Fuck it. Sharpshooter, also at advantage. Easy money.
Okay.
And plus sneak
Wow.
attack. Another 7 there. So
Did that land on the corner?
That
Yeah.
one was at 3 when you did all of this.
alright, well.
It landed on the
25
corner.
negative.
It did.
Do you guys see that?
I do.
I did not.
I did.
I
Let me
do.
share it with you, Timur.
It's on the stream actually. It's still on the stream.
It's still on mine as well.
I've never seen that before.
So,
You don't
We're
roll your die
now-
onto its corners?
out of rounds, if you survive the waves of the Abishai.
Good golly. Oh, Tio is like looking even worse than before somehow. Oh my God.
Finish that
Theo, you-
ritual!
You managed to maintain the ritual. There are currently 0 working portals. There shall be no more interruptions.
I just
I
have a
will-
feeling of a feeling of finality with this.
Move around to prepare death.
Tio's open wounds don't stop Tio, as Tio just continues to.
That's right.
And
He is a beast.
45 or so more minutes later, after this harrowing experience, and a whole bunch more black ichor blood that's slightly acidic. Not the kind that damages you, but the kind that stings a little. And so you're wiping it off, you're like, ow, ow. With all of that being said, Tio, at the culmination of the ritual, I need to know, who are you sacrificing?
And I get the sense that one of that. I've been saying this name in my head. Ashikai? Is that what it is?
Abba.
I'm going to go ahead and just copy paste for you. This is the creature type.
Abishai, okay.
It's known as a black Abishai. There's a,
Gotcha,
a white Abishai version that you guys completely circumnavigated in the other place
Right.
of hell.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was an Akashai or Abishai. Okay. But do I get the sense that one of those will work?
That was the plan. was it
Okay,
not?
good. And that has not changed in my past 7 hours of experience, has it?
No, you were focused on the ritual. You haven't thought too much
Okay.
about that.
I'm going to sacrifice the one that's closest to me and Jesse.
Okay.
I'm just gonna gesture. I don't know if I can talk or anything, but
There's a lot of talking in the ritual, but yes, there are
Okay.
pauses, just like in any good sermon. Please bring forth the sacrifice.
I'm gonna say, Jesse,
I will drag.
the smaller one.
I will drag whichever that one is.
Silver circles.
Okay, so you push one into the circle. Tio, this is an automatic hit with any weapon you so choose.
Okay. I have a mace that I've never used before, so he's gonna use the mace.
Let's crush
I
its soul
quit.
right out.
And he
Can
just
you put
drags
it in
it
a
out,
giant mortar and pestle?
and he
We need to
you know,
just really
when,
mush this thing up.
yeah, it's just gonna be one hit to the skull. Like he's just
And
almost
as the
limp because
cows
he's
go
so
to
tired.
slaughter, we rejoice. So please
just-
roll me your
yeah.
auto hit damage.
Okay.
For your mace. Glad it auto hit. And it is more than enough, as it was at 2 hit points.
Okay.
And
Woohoo!
it dies.
Now comes the hard part.
Well, the second to hard part. There's 2 steps left. You are now at the point where the item is ready to receive the soul. The dragon must be slain.
Dinka, 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 dinka.
Sorry. Gosh. It's time for you to rest now.
I would like to climb into its body and rip out.
Oh my gosh, Jesse! You're like, am I delirious like, seeing this?
You're like Drax. I need to go inside and kill it.
Sorry, I have to do it. I have to. I need it. I need it.
All right, Jesse, whatever you want.
So a strike with your axe, Jesse, please.
Mm.
This one does require an attack roll, as its armor is formidable even in this state.
Oh no. As Jesse is going up
your
there, I'm
first
saying,
attack
oh my gosh.
What?
As Jesse,
hangs and kind of reverberates your hands comically. So you're like, what the hell?
as Jesse's doing this, Tio is like saying I don't know if he can talk out loud now, but I'm doing this. He is probably saying like a dragonborn like death poem that he's like, you know, like a farewell poem that he learned as a kid.
Sleep, do not weep.
Squish.
Your soul we will reap.
No, it's serious. He's sad that he has to kill this dragon in order to save it. That's so sad.
They
He's really
roll
sad
the
about this.
roll the damage.
Gosh, very different.
Because it is magical axe, it penetrates and cleaves into the desiccated body, and the dragon is slain. And the last step, Tioe. As the ritual comes to completion, please roll me one final Arcana check to capture the soul that is close by. You may have advantage.
I have a
And you-
DM advantage if you want it to.
Okay. Okay.
You may have advantage on the
I'll
roll
think about it. Okay.
because of the dedication to the ritual, and no pauses were taken, even in darkness and even under attack.
Jesus.
Okay, and do not forget that you, for some reason, are still under the effects of a bless.
Okay, I was actually gonna ask about that. Thank you for clarifying. What's up, Beth?
Can I also inspire in time?
You may, if you have the resource.
I do.
A bless is 1d4, right?
It is.
Okay. Sorry, my brain is
Oh,
like
bless.
fried.
You have
Okay, and then-
received a 1d8 old man blessing.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So what are we up to?
19 total. I feel like we
And
needed a 20.
as you kind of make that goat noise, you hold up the sword and you watch as this wisping thing starts circling around it, as the soul starts getting further and further away and then closing back in slowly in a miasma of spiritual, if not slightly undead energy. And then it finds purchase and is absorbed into the sword, which now feels holy.
It worked. My gosh, it worked. Wow.
The party has reached a milestone.
Hell yeah.
Gosh.
The blessings of Bahamut immediately descend upon you. You gain your level. You gain the effects of a long rest immediately.
Which means
Wow.
we're in for some shit next time.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Saving the dragon was quite a feat.
Oh.
I made it very, very difficult. You guys came up with a nice one. So very good. Waves is tedious. I understand the combat can be lengthy. However, it kind of gives weight to the moment of freeing this creature. As the sword kind of hums a golden glow. And every time you just even move it slightly, there's almost like a hum of musical noise. And it's as if a symphony can be heard, but ever so slightly. We will get into the details of the Holy Sword after the session.
Damn!
It worked. I'm so glad.
You did it!
Tio, are you in possession of any of the cursed swords?
I am in possession of 2 cursed swords.
Tio, may you please list out what those swords are and how
They
they
are
will affect the
callous.
Holy Sword.
They are callous and hate.
Interesting.
Didn't we use the bad swords to open the portal?
Actually, we did. We did not. We do not.
So we
have
don't
them
have any
anymore.
bad swords.
You did leave them all with.
Yeah, they were on my hips,
Magdalene.
but now that they're not on my
Okay,
hips.
so
next
then there
time-
is no interaction between this sword and those.
Okay, good. No
Very
medicine
fortunate.
interaction. That's very good.
What about with
Ooh.
Silver Vein or any of...
I don't have any holy swords on me, I
Silver
don't
Vein
think.
seems exactly as Silver Vein was previous to this moment.
It got 2 crits on portals, so... I'm
It
pretty
certainly
happy
did
with
its
it.
job.
Yeah.
Does any of my really important ROW stuff, like anything dedicated to ROW, react at all?
No,
'Cause I am a cleric of ROW. Okay.
Ral will be appreciative. However, it is the blessings of a different god that has fallen upon you at this moment.
Okay.
And gods generally don't step on other gods' toes. It's
Mhm.
professional courtesy.
Right.
You know, opposition gods will.
ROW is also very
So
reasonable.
Matt's not happy.
Right. That was the god of reason and peace, so I'm sure he's probably okay with this.
And all goes quiet in the area.
Is everyone okay?
The chains start to rattle as they begin to shift slightly. The body of the dragon is collapsing as if it is aging rapidly. It starts reducing to a husk. The chain's weight starts pushing further and further down. There's crunching. There doesn't seem to be any blood available as each part of the dragon literally falls apart and decays to dust. It just becomes a mess of ash and ruin. The chains now rest heavily upon the floor.
Good work, Tio.
You all did amazing too. Are you okay?
We're fine.
Okay.
Because of you.
I just stood here.
Us.
I don't know. I feel
There we
tingly.
go.
I feel
I
tingly
feel-
too.
Like I was hurting and then all of a sudden I'm just not hurting anymore.
Yeah.
And I got to go in that side dragon and kill it.
It was really gruesome.
It was a lot of fun. And I get to say I did that.
I'm really proud of you, Jesse.
Thanks.
I'm also
Cadaverous,
glad everyone's alive.
well, for the moment, I fear the hard part
Yes.
may be an equally hard part, hopefully.
we still have to bust back out of hell.
Sure, we'll do fine.
Yes.
But this time we can just fucking run.
We made it in. We made it in more than once. We'll make out just as good.
How do we get out of this building now that we've smashed all the portals?
You have not
Portals?
smashed all the portals.
How do we get out of
You've
this?
smashed 3 of the 4 portals.
Did we? Yeah, we
One
closed one, but
has
it wasn't.
been altered
smashed.
by cadavers.
I feel like I could probably figure it out if I looked at it hard enough.
I could probably reverse it with Tio's help.
Is there anything else we need to do here?
Become reacquainted with my new abilities.
You can do that on the fly, or we can wait. It's fine. Either way, it's all applicable. If you manage to level up, then it applies immediately.
I personally, Michaela, would love to wait just because I know that if I make a decision now, I will regret it later because I'm
Yeah.
panicking.
That's
I
out
think
of character for you.
I
That's
think-
weird.
I think even though it's a little early, we might want to end slightly early this week rather than rush in.
Well, then let's deal with the portal
Yeah.
and then end.
I mean, if we don't fight or anything, it's fine. I will climb up to this one. I'll go and recollect my hunting trap, because that was at least an alarm.
Ooh, I'll collect some of those swords, thingies, those sharp things that those things are using, and when we go out the portal, I'll just throw them out, and maybe I'll hit some.
Important item of note: nobody fell within the reach of any of the globes.
Yeah.
Not a single
Oh
one.
yeah.
You,
You guys managed to all keep it away from the globes.
that's because I was maniacally messaging people saying, don't go over there, stop, stay away from the orbs.
Gizm's like death glare from the shadows. Don't go there. Don't
Like
step
when
on that
Cadaver
side.
started running up here and he was like almost past halfway to there, I was like, if you go down, you're dead and I'm not helping you.
We can't get you up. I'm so sorry.
They were definitely hot for killing cadavers.
They
ready.
were. They
They
had
were
the hots
definitely-
for the old man.
I was just trying to run. Like I was just like, get me out, get me out.
All right, let's
But you
open
managed
up
to.
the death-killing flame portal of ow, so we can go through that.
Long, tedious fights always have these nice stories. Like, yeah, I freaking ran, and then I couldn't climb down. Right? So it's good.
I feel so
good
bad.
on
I was
this end. It
stuck
is
on a
tedious
ledge
to
for
go
4
through.
turns.
But
Yeah.
bravo.
I did
the,
807 damage.
I can't. I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh, and
Wow.
for the map's sake, let me just reveal everything just to make it nice and simple.
It did look really pretty when you took away the dragon scale and poop rot or whatever that is on the ground.
Let me just. I guess I have to go to page now because I used the new stuff. And we'll say the dynamic lighting is off. So that should reveal everything, yes?
Wow.
I
This is
liked that
the proving chamber.
I liked that the perspective actually made it so that there was like, if you went down 10 feet, you were actually moving 2 squares down the wall.
I
that
was-
was like, I was like, oh, that's really good.
Whoever created this did a bang up job, and indeed, as was described just now by Tio, the actual map would be with this thing below. Let's put this to the back. It would be that kind of flooring in this
That's
arena
really pretty.
originally,
See?
right?
Seeing this without like the small ring of light that Cadavers has makes it look way cooler and makes way more sense.
Oh, I did have the luxury of 60 feet of dark vision the whole time. I don't
I
know.
hit 90, so.
My brain couldn't like comprehend like the room because of like the tiny little snippet.
Well, luckily the stream
Uh,
should have helped you out,
It was so
I didn't
cool.
look at the stream.
but putting this back to the back, and the ground is still very much ruined, which I think that's a nice graphic I found that to
Yeah,
overlay there
that's
as
cool.
well. So,
Let's,
Man,
open-
resources.
about this portal.
I think Jesse should do an Arcana check and open it for us.
Can you? I bet you would nat 20 on it.
I bet we should keep
Hey,
her
it
really
worked.
far away and let all the people with the expertise and proficiency not trap us in hell forever.
Can I do one for
That would
fun?
be nice.
An Arcana?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely for fun.
Hey,
I got double digits.
Use
you
letters.
did.
Use magic letters.
Upside down magic letters.
Better yet, that geometry you do.
I do love geometry.
And here we can remove this circle around Tio and move it up to portal position.
My math prison.
Whoop. Oh,
Man, that's like the toughest all-nighter ever. Like you're just standing on foot, like 3rd-degree burns, like doing calculations for 9 hours. That's
And
like
it would be right
that would
there.
be awful. Whew.
And why don't I just go ahead and ring it with fire? There we go. Well, let's see. How about orange? There we-
And
well,
all the other magic you've done today.
I don't remember what other magic I did. I thought
You
it was
use
just-
all of your spell slots.
Oh, true.
And you brought me back from the dead.
Yeah, he is completely tapped.
you are no
Well,
longer tapped.
Now I'm not any
So
longer.
I ended up at 4 bardic inspirations left, with
Oh my gosh.
2 first level, 1 second level, 1 fourth level, no 3rd level.
Man.
That was it was a pivotal counterspell the first time you didn't go through the darkness hell.
Hmm.
When a few of the Abishai managed to breach, you certainly had to deal with darkness hell. Very good use of fairy fire. And I then now discovered for the first time in my career that levels matter when it comes to opposing
Light
spheres
and
of
dark. Yeah.
light and dark, which is a nice little play on,
Makes
on how
sense,
that should
yeah.
work.
Mhm.
So with the question being, what if they were equal level? And if they were equal level, I would personally rule, without looking up further, that it would be the one that's been established isn't overruled by the one that's coming in. You have to overcome it.
Hmm.
But
That would be fair.
that being said, you did use a 3rd level spell to do it, so that was absolutely fine. And they don't get to upcast their natural racial ability to cast the darkness. So, bravo.
Get wrecked.
Can you imagine if they
fucking
did though? Like 5th level darkness. Fuck.
clapped.
By the way, for everyone who had to deal with the darkness, that's how it is facing Gizlin every fight. So fuck it.
Well, I hit now.
So it is important positioning if you happen to open up this portal. But right now it remains inert. Using the rope will be no more checks. You're just going to be able to climb up and down. Important during combat when there's things flailing around trying to kill you, but now we're fine.
And then afterwards, I will collect rope. I like my
Noted.
rope.
Noted.
Now,
I think we send. Well, guess we have to
It's
open
open,
it
right?
first.
or no? Okay. If
Oh.
we do, when we do open it,
Shit might start.
I
coming
should go
through,
by first,
for
right?
one. Well, I guess if it's closed, they're not gonna like be standing there ready to jump through. They're gonna wait for it to open, and they're going to want to do whatever. So, either we send somebody through that's invisible, but you will take damage, so you've got a concentration check to make in order to stay invisible.
Did I
Maybe.
use the dust of invisibility? I can't remember if I did or if we saved
I
that.
think you did.
Okay, I think so too.
That should be reflected on your character sheet whether you have it or not.
I mean,
I
the
still
other
had
thing
one.
is
Finger wag. Do
If
that.
it's-
Fix your character sheet.
if it's
I put it on
dark, I
0.
can theoretically be invisible, and I could fucking disengage whatever run through there and just try to get to whatever patch of darkness and then rain Ghislaine death upon them until they move away from the portal and just like give me 2 rounds or 1 round or something. And no, Windows, I don't want to restart my computer right now. Kind of in the middle of something.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's like, wait an hour? It's like, no, I just look, next time I turn my computer off, we'll be fine. Cool. But I mean, we got to open it first. So The other alternative is to just send Jesse and I through, and you guys wait 10 seconds or something and then jump through afterwards.
I think I have a couple spells that I could use that would maybe help out with the situation.
I mean, I can upcast invisibility to 3rd level and turn you both invisible while you go through. Or hold on.
And then we don't that way we don't have to. We're just guaranteed to be invisible.
Yeah.
We'll get some ouchies from the fire, but that's fine.
Hold on, let me look at this other spell really quick. Can I upcast this? No. Alternatively, I can turn somebody else greater invisible so they can attack when they're through.
Or you could turn into a giant
Fine ape.
giant fuck off monkey, and we can just send Jesse riding on your back through the portal and make them rue the day they were ever devils.
Cadaver's
Oh my gosh.
calm.
I get 5th level spells. Holy cow.
Oh yeah, going to the levels of hell and surviving the hijinks the DM puts up in front of you there means that you will come out with a greater experience that you can find in other places. But surviving is key, and also getting back. You're halfway there. You've survived.
Whoa. You guys,
Oh! Sorry, I have something else in character before we finish.
I don't mean to put down your 5th level spells, but I get to select a new favored enemy, which has little or no mechanical
Oh my
value.
gosh.
Wait. Is it gonna be kobolds specifically?
Double select them.
I think it has to be
I like to kill the
fiends.
mouse.
But if it's fiends, I magically now would speak infernal, according to that feature.
You can have all the funny quips that Timur is gonna say to us.
Well, magically is actually perfect for this level, as the blessings of Bahamut may have imbued you with the abilities to understand and
Or I take
recognize your foe further. Blah blah blah.
Tia's gonna lose his mind. He just suddenly understands a new language.
Alright.
I'm really curious if I can. He's been thinking about those pedals in the back of his mind, the whole
Been
time.
backpedaling?
No, I'm trying to have a character moment. Hang on. Those pedals, as Tio has been casting, are
Petals
they there?
with
Are they
a T.
real? Yes. Are they real pedals, or did he just like hallucinate that or something? Like, can he find a pedal?
You cannot find.
He
a
would be
pedal.
looking really hard for like really
the
hard.
petals. The few petals that twinkle down in front of you give you the blessing, etc., etc. But you've since been bloodbathed and dragons. And
He would be like on his
sacrifices and
knees
clones and
looking
whatnot.
for one. Like, is there any way?
I'll let you do an investigation roll, but
Okay.
the DC shall be 25.
Okay.
Can I
Because
can I
finding a
assist?
pedal in that ruin, look at the ruin, look at the floor. It's like
It's terrible.
dropping a dice in here. I'll never find it again.
I will
In the
offer
graveyard,
assistance.
yeah.
I mean, I can't
the
roll
graveyard.
I can't roll a 25, so
I'm looking for specific blue mist somewhere in here.
highest I can roll
Oh.
is 23.
Am I still blessed?
Yes, you are absolutely.
Okay.
Could-
We're gonna
And
need
do I have
maximized
advantage
rolls
on
all over
this?
the place.
I will-
No,
I will
no.
help you.
God, no.
Okay.
I will help you if I see you looking for something. I'll help.
If you have help, you have advantage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I tried really hard.
And after a thorough TO version of investigation, which goes on for minutes, finally comes to the conclusion
You know him
That-
so well.
all of the battle and all of the magics cast have likely pushed or, moved the petals to where you can't be seen. They might be covered in ash because the dragon did collapse into an ashy fluff. And, so it's hard to say.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that I felt one. Sorry for making you look for so long, Gislin.
It's all right.
This is really important to me.
Well, we can buy you some flowers when we get out of here.
As Wally comes with that plant.
Eva.
Objective.
Wally!
Jesus
I love that
Christ.
movie.
Can we open the portal now?
I used to love that movie until
No.
Casey just happened.
We have to think first.
No, but if we open it, then we'll just have to act. All right, so I think
You
we
would not
either...
want me selecting my spells.
Okay. No, Michaela, we're opening the portal and we're ending the session. That's the intention. You're gonna have a
So-
week to think.
Okay.
I mean, do we invisible?
We just open the portal now and we end the session.
If you want to go invisible through, we're gonna not have any combat. But if you get to the point where we're gonna, that's where we're at. I'll let you
Just-
see what's past it if you wanna be
Ju-
brave.
Can we just open the
Yes.
portal and end the session? Can we just do that? Rather than
can.
fucking around with other shit and making up a plan in 30 seconds. Just open it, end session.
You're the Arcana people.
Oh,
We're-
that's right.
It's gonna
I can
require-
smash something. I don't know.
We're
It's
the...
gonna require
Yeah.
We're gonna open the portal and end the session.
To climb up the
a
things.
portal. The Arcana to fix the portal is slightly more difficult than the Arcana to ruin. It's like pouring water on a wet page onto a page that you've written on. Get the page to look good again. It's possible, but much harder. So please, give me your Arcana check
Tio,
if you're attempting it.
advantage Arcana with 1d8 Bardic Inspiration.
I have a +9 to Arcana now. Holy cow.
He is like, wet paper? I have sponges and towels. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Here's a thing of rice I keep books in. What?
Okay, so you gave me advantage?
Yep, and
And-
1d8 extra if you need it.
And you're still blessed.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Holy cow.
Okay.
That's a history.
That's
Let's just-
history.
That's a
Okay.
history.
It's still history. Now you've used all your good rolls.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Sorry.
historically speaking, portals have existed for quite a while.
There it is.
Oh!
Hey, add bless, add your Bardic Inspiration. Just do it. Let's see how high we can push this baby.
Oh, you can't. You almost
39.
got to 40.
39.
You like see the nature of the multiverse, all truth and meaning.
Michaela,
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Tio, as we're about to end
I
this
get it
session,
now.
you rolled so ridiculously high that my brain is having a hard time with it. And so, as a reward,
We've
you
made
have
it
figured out not just this portal's activation, but you can link it to one of 5 portals.
Oh my gosh.
4 portals are clearly the cardinal direction portals. This one was the southern portal. It linked to a specific spot inside the citadel. You know that spot. You came through that spot. You're sure you can now choose the northwest or eastern one. And there is a 5th one that is likely the throne room for this entire facility. Or,
I
you
don't
know,
want to go there.
I'm not
Okay,
saying
well,
you
no,
want to go there.
she's-
I'm not saying you want to go there. What I'm saying is you're now aware of that 5th portal.
Oh my gosh.
And the 5th
Do-
portal
Okay.
is prominent, as if it were an established magical circle, the kind that may go to
somewhere
many
else.
places.
Okay. Can I also milk it a little further and figure out what layer we're in?
What layer?
Can I get any inkling?
We're on
of
the
what
token
layer.
layer.
Layer of hell we're in.
Someone clip that moment. Just that. Ah! So,
Or like get an idea, I guess, of how deep we might be. Like we're not past the 6th layer or that kind of thing.
I will allow for one more Arcana check
This is gonna
to
be like a
see if the
natural-
magics are conducive to a specific layer that you happen to know about.
My
but-
gosh.
Magical transportation magic doesn't change all that drastically from one layer to another, so
Okay.
it will also be a very high roll required.
Is this Arcana or religion?
Arcana.
Okay.
Weak.
21. Plus bless and inspiration still?
No, you already.
You've already used your
Use your
inspiration.
inspiration.
Okay. Plus.
We burn all of our resources trying to get Tio to roll 40 plus on skill checks.
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it, Tio. Give me your
Okay.
bless.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
Gosh, I cannot believe I rolled.
You
only
cannot,
because of
you
cadavers.
cannot tell what layer of hell you are in
Okay.
with that roll. You did only miss it by a few.
Okay.
but you're like,
We're deeper than
technically,
I wanna
this
be."
could be
Yeah.
like this, blah blah blah, it could be like that. And
Gosh.
so
Okay.
with that, Tio turns and starts explaining to the party.
He's just like speaking backwards or something. Like.
Leap Narp. I don't know how backwards.
Well-
I don't know how that sounds, but we're going to go ahead and say that does indeed end the session,
Oh my gosh.
as we have opened up the portal,
Nice.
and you have options now. Many options to discuss over this next week, which you will not. And you will come here next Thursday and go, what did we do last week?
So just to clarify, there's the portal. This portal opens to a throne room and then 4 other places.
Right. So each
Not like the places that are in this. Not the 4 cardinal directions in this room.
exactly like the 4 cardinal directions in this room. Each cardinal direction was linked to a specific location somewhere in the facility. That's where they were coming through. That's why it took.
Oh,
them
so
a
these
lot
are
of
these are like passageways to other parts of the thing.
correct.
Gotcha.
And the throne room was the way that we entered.
But no,
Or no.
you entered to this
This
from
one
the
right here.
southern, the one that's normally linked to the south, which Tio has identified. It
Oh,
says
okay.
if you want to go back to the south, we go this way. It's no problem at all. If you want to, however, do a quicko changeo because those portals aren't working, I can get you to the north end, and I can get you to the west end, and I can get you to the throne room, etc., etc.
So when this portal opens, does it opens on both sides though, right?
It does open on
So-
both sides. Correct.
Does opening it now open it to the place that we were before, so anybody standing there would see it?
No, not yet. Not until
Okay,
it's
so
activated.
not until Tio decide or we decide.
right. Not until
Okay,
Tio
gotcha.
decides.
Gotcha. That was my question. Cool.
So thanks a lot. Bravo. You managed to survive everything. And I mean everything. This room was brutal. From last session's orbs of you're gonna definitely die to this session's just attack of all the different portals. Had nobody looked for other entry points, it would have just been a surprise. And there would have been one coming out of each of the portals slowly at first, but then as things picked up more and more and more, and you would have had maybe twice as mount that you even faced. It's who's to say how it could have went? Luckily, Casey had the wherewithal, or Gislin did, to discover and disable a few of them. And good rolls. You managed to avoid some really bad things. You got through the darkness. That was rather brilliant. I appreciate those kind of battles. I know it's long and drawn out.
It was
Again,
still fun.
It gives a lot of weight to what you've accomplished now. And what you've accomplished is no small feat. You have set free the soul of one of the high priests of Bahamut, one of the servants. And I don't mean like servants as in, oh, I'm just a cleric of Bahamut. No. Like an eternal servant has been set
Big
free
dog.
and taken away from Tiamat's wrath. Now, Tiamat might be vacant, but Tiamat might now be aware.
Oh, are we gonna fight Tiamat? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Next
No.
session.
Next session.
Tiamat's outside the gate. You have 5 passageways, it turns out. Each one's a mouth.
Yeah. And the only way you get out of hell is being digested and shit out of one of
Oh my gosh.
Tiamat's
That's quite
5
quite a way
assholes.
to go.
I mean, there's 5 mouths. There needs to be 5 assholes.
One is acid, one is fire.
You can't assume 5 different bodies, though. That's ridiculous. One head, though.
I didn't say
Reverse
five different
Tiamat's
bodies.
weird. One head, 5 bodies. They're all attached.
Alternate dimension Tiamat. 1 head, 5 assholes.
This is why people tune in. This right here. This is the gold. This is the
I'm
gold.
sorry, our viewers. I'm sorry, all 9 of you.
Patent pending.
Oh my god.
So, anywho, bravo, everybody. Let's call
Thank
it a
you,
night.
DM.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yes.
to my friend Kevin for his auto-played.
Kevster.
I believe I put in anxiety today.
Chris literally called
He
anxiety the whole
noticed
time.
that at the very beginning, and I wanted to say it at the end.
Then
Well,
I
I've used
noticed
it before.
Yeah.
I've used
That's
it.
maybe
It's a
it's
good one
subliminal. That's why
to
I feel like
induce
this.
anxiety.
Some people don't need subliminal. Some people just are.
Cool.
I'm not mentioning any specific
Yeah.
names.
Thank you, Gold Osborne, for the follow. Thank you for gifted sub there, Anon. I think King Frederick subbed again for 7 months. Pretty
That's
exciting.
fantastic.
Nice to see all of you guys around, and maybe we'll not spend the next 2 sessions straight fighting, and we'll talk to somebody again sometime.
No.
This was the party's last sentence to me. No. Let's just end the session. We could just let's do it with action.
Yeah.
That was
No,
just said.
This is good. Cool. Back on Monday for episode 13 of our new campaign, our second
Wow,
episode
already?
so far, and should
Yes.
It
be
grew
Point-
up so fast.
should be crazy. That is a crazy group of people, which is us. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
How do we sign this one off? I don't remember.
It's
How
Holly, right?
do we? Holly usually does the best
Yeah.
sign-offs.
Holly, let's make a shape together.
What's wrong with you two?
I
Yeah.
don't.
What the hell? That was it.
Trying to work on the street.
That's one of the 5 assholes.
Oh my god.
It would have to be that big, wouldn't